Come on. Yeah, the fabulous 8-Bit Bros program. You can check them out here on Ironic Radio Network. 8-Bit Bros. That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m., Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 8-Bit Bros special edition tonight.
Live. Tierney's Tavern.
Live from Tierney's Tavern, doing a little bit of comedy stand-up, right?
Montclair, New Jersey. Yeah, good lineup tonight.
Good lineup tonight.
A lot of good comedians.
We have a great show planned for you, but as always, people, this is not a kid-friendly show. Adult language, adult content, NSFK. Do the right thing, people. Put your kids in the closet.
Oh, that would be me to press some buttons, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Welcome back to late edition, Thursday. 8-Bit Bros Live, Tierney's Tavern, Montclair, New Jersey. We got a special show for you tonight. It's comedy night. Night of Laughs, brought to you by New Media Comedy Studios, hosted by the 8-Bit Bros. We're here live with a whole bunch of comedians going to be here tonight. I mean, who we got? We got Jim Andrinos, we got Mike Langdon, we got the Reverend John Jameson.
Some dude,
No Filter Paul. Yeah, No Filter Paul. Dave Hodge in the house. Craig Loigren on his way. Mike Langdon. It's just more and more and more. There's more. There's more. I got a whole list coming. There's more. More.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. Should be a fun evening.
Are you ready for? Are you ready for this? Is my question.
I don't know. Am I ready for him to be sitting down? We got No Filter Paul sitting down with us. Your mic should be live there.
Yeah, he's hot.
You should be hot and live.
You know what you two remind me of? You look like a couple that's been together a long time, and Ren looks like he's just itching to start a fight for no fucking reason. That's the look he has on his face. Is if this motherfucker says one thing wrong, I'm glassing him.
That's pretty much how he really feels about it.
That's really how I feel about it.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there. I mean,
see, but I've been told it's the eyebrows that do that. The eyebrows and the goatee just make me constantly look fucking angry.
Dude, you looked angry when you said to me, "Don't talk for 2 minutes at the start of the show."
No, I was angry at that point.
I even say nothing. He's already starting shit with me. Oh, Christ. My wife grew a goatee.
She actually called me prior to, and she's like, "Don't let that motherfucker get away with shit tonight."
She would only call you to ask for money. 20 fucking years of that shit.
So we got a new format tonight. There ain't no boxes on the internet, as you can see. Hello, Facebook, Mixer, YouTube, Periscope. We use Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Mixer, wherever the fuck we are.
Grindr.
Radio. Yeah, Tinder. You know, swipe right.
He ain't gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah. You know the deal. It's Ren over here, me, Webboy, and over in this other side. I think he's in the middle. I think he's right here. I'm not sure. 806 LP, one and only Thumping Loud. I know you can't see him, Paul. He's over here on the screen, though.
I see him over there.
Yeah, he's over here on the screen. But, so are you ready for tonight?
I'm always ready.
I know you are.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
I know.
Someone asked me last night before I went on stage, Are you gonna be good? And his audience gonna like you? And I said, I don't give a fuck.
So why would you?
Fuck it.
Life is way too short
to actually
give a fuck about anything.
And the only thing that sucked last night was there was these two drunk girls from England in the back that decided to make fun of my accent.
That's
exactly. They're fucking drunk as fuck, and they talked through everybody's. And I had to straighten them out. Had to remind them what they were.
Yeah. See, and that's It makes no sense to me. I mean, like, you have an accent, if that's what you want to call it. Why would people from the same fucking country like start
Because
giving you
British
shit?
women, when they get drunk, they're loud cunts.
Well, that is
Yes, exactly.
yeah, white on white crime.
That's good shit right there.
That's Dave Hodge chiming in from across the way. I'm sorry we don't have a mic for you.
Dave, you want to share?
I mean, I can give you. You can grab that one and bring it over. Or you can certainly. I mean, there's plenty of room
Just
for it.
watch the.
Yeah, just watch that
the
one cable. That's all. That's
Dave,
all.
push away. Dave, push away through the crowd in
Share-
front of the
Dave.
mosh pit.
Dave, sharing with Paul. Come on now.
It's been done before.
I mean, when
My wife says it gets done every day.
when does he share except with the wife?
Yeah.
That's it.
When he wants to dock.
And you didn't bring the hag with you. How come?
Because Dave's more fun.
From what I hear, that is true. That is true.
So Dave swallows is what you're saying.
Yes, Paul swallows as well. Spit, swallow. Either of them is good at the end of actual sex.
This is true.
Yeah, it
You know what
doesn't
I mean?
matter.
Close your eyes and imagine whoever you want it
I
to
don't
be.
give a shit if he spits it on my face.
As long as we use the bidet at some.
See, yeah, well, no, see, the snowballing now I don't know about.
No,
I
not in
mean,
my mouth.
Unless it's, well, it would
What
be
if you
my
spit it
own,
in his ass?
you know.
See, there's a very, very small window for the spitting in the face.
Yeah.
When a guy comes, it's only literally a few seconds at that point where he's still into the sex.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that few seconds, he doesn't care anymore. And if the cum lands on your face at that point,
Then it's okay.
no, it's not okay. It's a problem because you're not in the moment
You're not in the
anymore.
zone.
You're not in the zone.
Okay.
You know
okay.
what I mean? Like where a girl comes, you can keep her going, right?
Yeah,
You know?
I guess you're right. It's like after you jerk off, after like 13 seconds, you kind of feel dirty and disgusting. It felt good then, but then you feel dirty and disgusting. Like, why
Unless
did I
there's
do
another
that?
midget on the screen.
Well, see, now that's Bridget is okay by me.
Yes.
I'm okay with
I'm a
that.
big Karen Lemos fan.
Okay, I can deal
Well, you're
with
a
that.
tall
yeah.
motherfucker, so 5 foot's a midget to you, right?
Well, it's better when it's an amputee, because then you know
Oh,
you
so
still could be a 6 foot.
What
and
about
then
that
chop
video
down.
we saw the other day of this girl with a stump?
Oh no! You ain't got to tell me.
No,
Because
she was stumping her boyfriend in the asshole.
Yeah, it's right here on my phone.
Oh,
Thanks.
oh,
for,
that's
yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
Where did you get that
Yeah,
from?
yeah, from
Eatfuck.com.
you.
No, he got it from me.
From-
we just showed that on Monday.
Oh, you did?
We showed that same video on Monday.
Oh yeah, it shows up on my phone. I mean, I show my girl most of them, not all of them. Okay.
Not
But-
just the ones that Anna sends, a lot of other.
I
You've
will.
seen them, boys. The ones I send you guys.
Yeah.
I will say that the one video you sent to me.
Is this the one with the metal wires and the penis?
No,
and the,
no, and then
I don't
the
even know what was
fucking
going. Did you figure out what that was?
Yeah, he put some sort of ring around his cock and it got too tight and they had to
They
cut
had a
it off.
circular saw,
Yeah,
a millimeter
circular
from
saw,
his
yeah.
penis.
The one video you sent me that I sent to everyone.
that?
You
Oh,
can send me anything.
The one video you sent to me.
I'm okay with that.
The one you sent to me that I sent to everybody was the drive-by shooting.
Yes.
That
I
was fucking
sent
hysterical.
that to everybody. I sent it to my mother.
How is Mrs. Webby?
She's good.
All right, cool.
Mom's good. She just came out of. She had a procedure done this week, so.
All right, I don't care anymore.
She's doing good though. Well, I know she's listening, so I got to say something.
Oh,
you know,
okay,
yeah, you know, the family chimes in and listens. And
The no squirter joke. Okay.
no, Mom's not a squirter.
No.
Not that I know of. My father would have
That's where
told
the
me
Webby
though.
comes from. She, squirts like a big one.
My father would have told me. I think. At least I think. Yeah, I keep in the family.
Make sure you're watching on video. Whatever.
Yeah, I've come across that. That's never good when you pop into a VHS back in the day and you go to watch a movie and it's your parents. It's
All right,
like,
so Ren, can you describe what you're seeing?
yeah.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, that's it. That's the best description ever.
I don't know what that guy is doing. You said he's having some kind of metal implanty thingy.
Yeah, he said, looks
Cock ring.
like,
Looks
he
like
put
he
a
has
cock ring
something-
on.
No, that's a fucking hex nut.
Oh, he slid a hex
he put
nut.
his dick in a hex nut and couldn't get it off. So now
Oh,
they're
that's what
cutting it
is. They're
off.
What is the little wire things they're doing though?
I think that's
That's
just
the
the-
Tweezers to jerk 'em off
forceps
now.
tweezers to hold it in place.
yeah. They don't want to grab his dick, or his penis. Excuse me.
I
It
don't
is.
know what you're into if you have a circular saw 1 millimeter from your cock.
He's into that.
I don't
That's
know.
just fucking wrong.
I'm
on
not into
so many levels.
Oh, you got to see the shit he sent. Some guy with some fucking dildo in his penis. I'm like, what the fuck are you sending me?
No, the best thing about those ones is there's like a really sexy scene. The one he's talking about started with a girl squirting and she was fingering herself really hard. And then all of a sudden you see a dude with a power jaw go like this into the end of his dick.
Yeah. So he sends it, and I show the babe this the other day. He sends me this video. It's this chick with huge breasts, and she's slowly pulling the shirt up, and just as they're about to pop out,
Chick with dick.
is some chick on, I don't know, Bourbon Street or some shit with pancake titties. Barely breast, your pancake. They're down here, and the next thing you know, she's dropping her pants and showing off the penis. Full bush penis. I'm like, what the? I love Paul, but his sense of humor is fucking sicker than mine.
Sense in porn.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So there's the go.
Look, look, what the fuck is that? They sent me shit with dudes stuffing eels down the tip of that shit. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You realize people send this to me. I don't just go out and find this.
I find that extremely hard to believe. You probably sit at your IT desk all day. Help us, may I help you? Oh, that's a good one. I gotta send that to people.
Share.
Share. Messenger. Oh, my asshole group. Send.
Yeah, we actually have a group called Twats.
Yeah, but that means something different in your homeland.
Yeah, it means a fucking stupid woman. You twat. Actually, you could be a guy too.
Well, you can be, but you know, the English people.
Well, we have twat and we have twat. We have
much of
and
a
O is
difference.
definitely someone who's stupid.
I mean,
Put
all the
your
dudes
kids
are
on.
all
You
the dudes
can't
are
hear
cunts.
dogs.
Oh, I thought we were
These
hearing
guys
him out of there.
Oh,
Oh,
are you?
if you can hear him out
Hear
of
him out
there,
of
I
there,
can't.
yeah,
I was trying to
yeah.
make it nice so he could like hear too.
Well, I can't even give you another pair
we
of
can
cans.
turn
Can't
that
even
up.
do that.
We can turn that up. What's that, 3?
Yeah, I think he's on 3.
That's my pitch, so we're good.
So
okay.
Thump asked, what is the difference between a twat and a twat? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, twat. They're both pussy, right?
Well,
But
yeah.
A twat is someone who's stupid, and a twat is only a woman who's stupid.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
there's a lot of
so
different.
it's
They're
sexist.
interchangeable, kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
Sounds very British, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
it's
is bloke and fag and all that too. You know, don't call anyone a fag because they.
I never
they
heard the
like, oh,
word-
you want a cigarette?
I never heard the word fag in the gay term and since before I came to America.
Right.
Then I found out it comes from England, the original meaning of it. So
I mean,
So we
imagine
use that
coming to
bundle
America.
of fags.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could
To
see
burn
Paul
the
right
fag.
now
Yeah.
coming to America, you know, freshly, you know, minted off the boat, and walks up to some dude. Hey, man, can I have a fag? He's like, yeah, go down to 42nd Street and get your pick.
there was an old joke which I'll butcher now, but it's about a British guy going into a stationery store in America asking for a rubber. And the guy's like, no, you need the pharmacy. So he goes to the pharmacy and goes, hey, I need to buy a rubber. And they go, we've only got packs of 3. And he goes, I don't make that many mistakes. For the dumb people in the room, a rubber is what
Is
we
an
call
eraser.
an eraser.
The difference in terminology between countries is amazing. Like I do a lot. I game with a lot of guys who are from. Well, yeah, that too. But I game with a lot of guys from overseas, especially from England and the countryside and shit. And I was amazed the first time I game with these guys, and the guy's like, "Hey, cunt, get over here and shoot these
Have
people."
you never
And I'm
seen
like,
Train Spotting?
well, I saw Train Spotting, yeah, but
That's how it is.
I never realized that, 2 dudes are cunts. It's commonplace to call each other a cunt.
Yes.
But you do that here in America, and you are fucked. Yeah.
I learned something really soon when I came here is that you can get away with comparing a woman here to a cunt, but you can't say she is one. So you can say,
Depending
hey,
on the
you're
woman,
acting like...
there are certain women that would be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got to pay them a lot of money.
Because damn straight I am. No, even some of the ones that just don't give a fuck.
I don't know. The ones I'm with, I got to pay them like $500-600.
To call him a cunt?
Well, they do a lot of other things too, but that'd be one of them. That's extra.
$580, is that for calling him a cunt?
And 21 cents, please.
Pence.
I got in trouble because I was doing a whole skit about a car accident, right?
Right.
And accidentally on stage said, and then the fire brigade arrived.
Oh.
And no one in the room caught it except John Hollywood, who shouted from the back of the room, the fire brigade!
Hollywood, I haven't seen him in I don't know how fucking long. It's been a minute.
You should have invited him. He would have shown up like Jonesy didn't.
Yeah, I don't know where Jonesy is.
Hodge, bring the food over here.
What kind of food? What did we order?
Wings and fries.
Wings and fries.
Things you recommended.
Tierney's Tavern, man. The fries are fucking dynamite, and the wings are the shit. Jim Mandrino standing in. I'm ready when you are.
We have 7 real audience members. Ready to start?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. You want to bring the first one up? Who's going to introduce him? Am I going to get up there and do that, or are you going to get up there and do that? Make some of the bitches at the bar do that. That should be interesting.
No. I want to see you do that. Actually.
You want to see me do that? Oh,
wanna see you
God,
do
damn it.
Can you do it from right there?
Why? I can.
I'm enjoying in the middle of the show.
Bring Mike up and
Come on, Langdon first? Is that it?
do Langdon first.
All right, you got that, right? You got your lower thirds. Mike Langdon up first. Mike Langdon.
Did we get blue cheese, by the way?
Oh, blue cheese. Shit, that's a great idea. For the
Is that blue
wings.
cheese?
Yeah. All right, good. I'm going to go
you
up
got blue
on stage, and you got to make sure these mics pull in so it's broadcast over the internet there, Ren.
I got a wing to put in it.
And then kill this one, and we're good to go. And all right, I'm going to do my shit right now. Paul, chill, eat your shit, hang out. Dave, same thing. You want to sit in my seat? I'm cool with that. I'm going to go introduce the comedian right now. I'll be right back. I'm going to throw it to these guys.
Oh, this should be interesting. This should be mightily interesting. This should have got 50%.
Hey, everyone. How are you? Tierney's Tavern, Montclair, New Jersey. Night of Comedy brought to you by New Media Studio, hosted by Live Podcast, 8-Bit Bros, live on the internet right now. YouTube,
that's what we're
Facebook,
doing,
Mixer,
yeah.
Twitch, you name it. That's where we're at, streaming live. What up, Craig? I see you. I want to bring up to the stage a comedian, a funny man. We like to call, what do we call him? We call him the HR department around the office. I'm going to bring up one Mr. Mike Langen right now. Do a little stand-up. Come on up here, Mike. Give a big round of applause for Mr. Mike Langen.
Do a nice show for all comedians here. What's going on, guys? Everyone's looking that way. There's two people that look exactly the same back there. One has a goatee and one doesn't. So I'm what you call a fuck up in life. Yeah, that's why we're all here right now. So we all messed up somewhere. You don't hear me? Then listen. You don't hear me? I know I'm talking to half the people over 50. I'm sorry, but John's like, I heard that one, motherfucker. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm a fuck up, and I feel bad for my mom because she's related to me. She has to deal with me all goddamn day. And I know it's just probably so much pressure on her. When I was 18, at least she had excuses for me, like, oh, he's young and he's dumb. What are you going to do? It's just a stage. Now I'm like 28. She can't look me in the eye anymore. I feel bad. Like, she has no one to go to in her life to talk about how shitty her life is. Yeah, that's it. You go on Facebook and it's just the same people. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But all her friends are Italian. So that means they're all rich. Because every Italian I've ever known is rich. I guess all the poor ones just stay in Italy. I don't know. They just can't get here. But she goes out with all these moms, and they're all just rich, and they go to these restaurants, and then they walk in like they own the place. Like, oh, we're about to shoot our pilot for our reality TV deal, right? No. They all got fucking makeup on, but they don't know how to put it on right. And it's like dragging on their face so they look like a mosaic painting, you know? They got shirts that say MILF, but the last time someone sucked on their tits, we landed on the moon. Right? They landed on the moon. Is that good? Was that 2 minutes? I can run away now? Yeah. But they go there and they all complain and they all talk about how amazing their lives are with their family. Like, my son is becoming a lawyer. Goes to another lady like, my son's becoming a doctor. I know my mom is sitting in that chair. Her thighs are just seeped with shame sweat, having to think about making up a lie for me. Like, will they believe anything I tell them right now? I don't know. Comes over to my mom. She's like, my son. What can I say about him? He got his black belt at 10 years old. Yeah, like, yay. Nothing from the past 2 fucking decades, Ma, you can think of. She's like, oh, no, my son only drove 20 times before getting a DWI. Yeah, let's go back to me fucking kicking shit. And I see you guys judging out there. You're all going to be doing it tonight. Look at it. Every fucking table has all this alcohol. You're walking home? You guys are walking? You're not walking. I can see you. Yeah. Let's get a DWI tonight. But what am I going to really do? I'm going to leave my car at the bar and then come back there, show my face? Yeah, I'm not doing that fucking walk of shame. I got to go relive my memories. Like, yeah, I had a fucking bottle of beer balanced on my head and I'm trying to finger fuck people. Yeah, I'm not going back there. But that's the only excuse we could really use is like, we've all been there, right? But it's only for drinking and driving. There's no like rapists and murderers out there like, come on, we've all done it. I was, what am I going to do? Leave the body here, then come back, look them in the eye? I was trying to balance beer on my head and fucking knife fuck the shit out of someone. Yeah. I'd have my girlfriend at the time bail me out. My girlfriend at the time. She's long gone. But I kind of miss her. She was like spiritual. She had some spirituality to her. She was like a Jesus type. But instead of turning like water into wine, she turned wine into whining. Like, oh my God, you're always trying to cheat on me. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry I did that. But I tried to do nice things in the beginning before she hated me. I would like try to throw her surprise parties. You know how hard it is to throw a surprise party for someone who doesn't trust you? They get pissed at how good you were able to lie to them. They're like, oh my God, baby, you got all my friends here. And how'd you get them? You know their number? Did you text them? It's like, no, babe, I got Facebook. I reached out to your friends. I got them all here. Yeah, but like you were like smiling with that cousin of mine for too long. You fucked her, right? It's like, no. I tried to like get balloons for her because she likes balloons. Filled the whole place up with balloons. And then she's still giving me shit. And it's like, I just wish this was it, where the balloons exploded with blood all over her. It's like, that's the last balloon I will ever get you. Now let me get Ren or Web Boy to come up here, take this microphone from me so I could walk the fuck away and pretend none of this ever happened. Thank you. Thanks for always putting me on 8-Bit Bros. Thank you, guys.
Hey,
Give it
Mike,
up for
come
Mike
over
Langan,
here.
New Media Comedy. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook. I even think you can find him on Amazon. I'm not sure, though. Maybe briefly in something. Yes, right, not the Oscars, on Amazon Prime. All right, so...
why don't you come back
Yeah,
here?
I'm going to transition over there, and Mike's going to sit down with us. We'll bullshit, and we'll bring up the next comedian in a few minutes. Sound good?
We only need to give him like 30 seconds.
Okay, good, cool.
Mike, well done.
I'm back.
Well done.
Nice and red and sweaty.
Well done.
All three
do
people
you feel
clapped.
embarrassed now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you
This
feel
is-
dirty?
I feel like I was used.
Why,
You
that
feel a
was-
little dirty?
It was good. It was
Bro,
funny.
Yeah, it's
funny.
good. It's
Yeah,
funny.
it's a good set.
Not a bad set.
I can tell you worked about all 4 minutes on it. It's good.
You wrote
I was
it in
on
the
the
car
way
on the way
here.
up, right? Yeah, I was gonna say you wrote that on the way here, right?
I was like, I think I did a Man Bun Monday about it once. Let me just fucking steal it.
What am I gonna do tonight?
No, I like the whole mom little story because that's true. I mean,
Everything in there's true.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
just like,
it's the same thing with me. When I get together with my family or some shit, my mother will whip out this story about, when you were 16. And I'm like, that's all you can fucking think about?
I've been with you for another 30 after that.
She always whips out the story about how I burned down a friend's house, or the time I tried to almost
You're an
kill.
arsonist?
Yeah, I set, and it was a church. It was the you know where the minister lives with his family.
That little side shit house, it's free.
Yeah, me and my buddy set it on fire.
So you didn't really set a house on fire.
Yeah, we burned that to the ground. They had to move out for like 11 months while they rebuilt the house, and I really had nothing to do with it.
Except you had
But
the
him and
patches.
his friends
No,
burned the house down.
my buddy bought jumping jacks, okay, and he wouldn't even let me have one. So we're up in his bedroom, and he's fucking throwing them out the window because if you throw them just right, they take off. Well, one of them decided to and come right the fuck back in. But this asshole...
If you tried to do that right now, you could never get it.
No, you're right. You couldn't do it. But this asshole had a kerosene heater on newspapers in his room. And it hit that, and...
He was using you as an alibi. He wanted to blow up that
But-
fucking house forever.
But we never saw it happen. It was like the last one, and he threw it. And he said, "Oh, where did it go?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's go play wiffle ball." He's like, "Okay." You know, you run outside, you scream to everybody, "Wiffle ball game," and they'll come running to the churchyard. We're in there with fucking second inning. All of a sudden, there's smoke coming out of the house. The fucking thing's burning down.
Yeah,
And
there's
fire
some
department
guy-
showing up.
There's some guy at bat like, watch how I hit this right to that fire over there.
Yeah, I think maybe we were even on like the side of the church burning them little fucking snake things. Like, oh look, put a match on that, watch your shit come out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same thing. My mother always comes up with these stories. Like, when you were 16, and I'm like, gee, Mom, you know, like when I was 30, I had great shit going on in my life.
Yeah.
And at 40, I had 2 fucking kids, and you know, I had great things going on. But all you want to talk about is when I tried to burn down a friend's house or when I
He
jumped off
switched
the
it.
balcony.
He switched it when I tried to
Well,
burn down.
yeah, well, that's what she thinks. You
But
know.
it is pretty memorable.
Yeah.
That's not like, hey, you got black belt. That's, you know, like I almost lost my son forever in jail.
Exactly, right?
He was 8.
You got to bring these back up. Don't forget that now. You bring them down and bring them up. People can't hear what's going on.
Learning curve.
Yeah, I know,
learning
I know, I know. That's okay. I'll teach you things. You
There
stick
is,
with me,
if
kid.
I
We'll
could
go
do
places.
one more plug,
Yeah.
I'm getting prepared to do a set at Brokerage Comedy Club December 5th.
Where's that? Brokerage.
Governors. It's the other Governors.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
it's in Long Island. I'll be there December 5th,
Strong Island.
and I'm gonna be filming myself. So I'm trying to make a strong tape.
December 5th, Governor's Island, Long Island, Strong Island. That's a hike and a half.
Yeah. I don't even want to go. I did it once. I went there and I filmed it. And it was just like, this is so expensive to not get paid.
Well, that's when you kind of make a weekend of
Yeah,
it. You just
so-
get a fucking room somewhere in the Hamptons because you're close to that, right? Yeah, it's kind of close to
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm usually working at night. So that time I
Well-
fucking flew out of there. Had to go to goddamn work.
that. Well, see, that's when you make it a weekend for you and the babe.
Yeah. And then leave her there.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't. She's kind of cute.
No,
Yeah, why isn't she here?
she's working. This is the first relationship where I'm like, this is a good relationship. There's
She-
not anything wrong.
She's a
Good
cute girl.
balance and everything like that.
Everything is still up.
You know, everybody thinks I'm a creepy old man, but she's a cute girl.
Yeah,
I
she's
will
cute.
say that.
She's 25. She's not a
Sorry,
girl.
Amanda. That's a girl to me, bro. I'm twice her age.
He's
So-
creepy.
I could be her
Trying to be
daddy.
nice.
I could be her daddy. I could be her dad.
She's got it.
He
She's
wishes-
Cuban, so I'm her puppy. That's how it
Oh.
works.
Hi,
girlfriend says the same-
puppy.
My
Hi,
girlfriend says the same thing to me.
puppy.
Hey, puppy.
I'm like, I'm the first redheaded poppy there's ever been.
Could be worse. She could look at you and call you Popeye then. I mean, I don't know. So, who are we bringing up next? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I do.
Who are we bringing up next?
Paul.
We're bringing up No Filter Paul
Bringing
next?
up No Filter Paul.
That should be an interesting set.
Yeah.
That fucking fucking.
Don't call him that. Don't call him that. He's
Yeah,
a limey, not a Mick.
oh, he's a limey? Is that it? Is that what they call you in your country? You're a fucking limey? No, that's the Americans that do that? They just call you an asshole over there? Is that how it works?
No, they call him a cunt.
Oh, you cunt. Oh, we're going to bring this cunt up onto the stage next.
All right. Yeah, you want to bring him up?
I can do that. I can certainly do that. All right.
Did a
well,
good job bringing me up.
Did I?
You did a good job.
Okay, I'm going to keep trying that all night long. I'm
Yeah.
still working on my own little, like, 3-4 minute stand up, but I don't think that's going to happen because I've had two. Okay. No Filter Paul up next, then Dave Hodge. I've had already 2 shots, so I'm probably going to have a third now.
So
you're
might
getting
be,
better.
You might be primed to do your 3 minutes right before you bring Jim up.
How about
God,
I give you
could
guys
be
a little
bad.
advice before you get up?
Yeah.
You know he's going to shit on you.
Well, of course. It's No Filter Paul.
Now-
yeah,
now he's
yeah.
You
our
get to shit on him
opportunity.
before he shits on you.
All right, I'm going to bring the next comedian up. I'll be right back. Gentlemen, ladies, internet, Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, wherever the hell we're broadcasting live, ironicmedia.net.
Thank you,
I'll
guys.
be right back.
Thanks, Mike. Go get him, Tiger.
Woo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up to the stage right now is I don't even know if I want to call him a friend, but you'll know him from many places, and if you don't, you're probably, I don't know, living under a rock. You can check him out every Friday on Dysfunctional Podcast across the internet. You'll know him from the old Opie and Anthony show, part of the lunatic pack that used to cruise that show. I want to bring up to the stage right now, No Filter Paul. Give it up for No Filter Paul.
Give it up for the 8-Bit Bros with that audience clapping sound effect because this room is completely fucking empty. Hello? I don't know. Any of the guys here ever fuck something so awful their wife just forgives them? Any of you guys jerk off on the way to a strip club so you can save $100? Every day. Isn't the worst job on TV blurring out the tits and pussies on My 600-Pound Life? Can you imagine your first day at TLC? Hey, kid, we got a job for you. I don't know. So my daughter got married this week. See, they don't clap. That's fake. See? They don't clap. So, of course, you know, it was a family get-together. Everybody was drunk and shit went down. Started a big fight with my wife. I found out the one thing you shouldn't say to your wife at the daughter's wedding. She says to me, "Why the fuck are you here?" And it came out. It just dropped out. It's on it. I tried to reel it back in. I couldn't do it. I said to her, "You know, I gave up an amazing blowjob to be here." Not the thing to say. But I did learn one thing. My in-laws, when they got married, the reception hall they got married in burned down 1 hour after their reception. This is why I'm an atheist. If there was a God, he'd know how to tell the fucking time. Yeah. Wives, it's cool to have the one odd, you know, cool wife occasionally. Not in my house. No. So I've been married for 22 years. How long have you guys been married? Look, he's questioning. He's oh my God, that dude is fucked. He is fucked on the way out of here. Oh my God, what the fuck? It's 24 hours? Are you sure you're married still? All right. Do people come up to you and ask you advice on how to stay married that long? Do you tell them you come to a comedy show with more comedians than fucking audience members? People ask me, how do you stay married that long? And I say, it's really easy. I just go out and do stand-up comedy 5 days a week. Worked out great. But I've had it with her, you know, she can ruin anything. Anybody here ever want to buy their spouse or girlfriend or husband or whatever a nice gift and they fuck it up? You're at the jewelry store, you're looking at a nice necklace, you're looking at bracelets, you're online, you're going to plan a nice trip, and you get a phone call. It goes like this. "Hey, Paul, the dog took a shit on the rug, the garbage wasn't taken out, and it's November, and the Christmas tree is still up." My wife doesn't realize she's almost been to Vegas 4 times. But I fucking had it. I fucking had it with her. How many guys here have had it with their significant other? All the girls look that way. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The 24, he's so beaten down, this guy, he doesn't remember how many years he's been suffering for. He doesn't fucking, he's like, oh my God, is it really been 24? Kill me now. I don't know. So I'm done with her. I'm finally going to leave her. I'm done. And I'm on the way home, and I get another phone call. It goes something like this. "Hey, Paul, I'm at the doctor's office. I've got really big news." I'm like, oh, fuck. 18 more years of this shit. But when she got home, she wasn't pregnant. It was only cancer. That's what I'm talking about. A little light bulb just came on above this guy's head. He's like, oh, how do I do that? So I said to her, did they tell you how long you have? You know, did they give you a prognosis, whatever? She's like, 6 months. I'm like, that's really sad. That's really sad. We should really get a second opinion because I was hoping for much less. So I gave up on women. And I thought I'd try something different. And you know what? I fucked that up too. Do you know how embarrassing it is to match with your own dad on Grindr? This is my fucking life, man. This is my fucking life. I don't know. I got home the other day, and my brand new TV was in a box, you know, in the front room. It was back in the box. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What's going on with my TV? She goes, it's a smart TV. It's leaving you too. All she does is complain. She fucking complains and beats you down, right, sir? You know what I'm talking about. She said to me, you're really cheap. You're really cheap. So I took her to McDonald's for dinner. She just had a brand new dental crown put in. $1,400. She bit down on a chicken nugget. It came out and she swallowed it. $1,400 fucking dollars. I'm like, there's no way. I'm not spending that again. I'm not going to spend another $1,400. So I did the next most logical thing. I made her shit in a bag for 3 days straight. And when she finally found that tooth, she decided that if you bleach a tooth that you've shit out 4 times, that's good to put it back in your mouth. I started to feel really bad. Maybe I should have spent another $1,400 because all she does is look at me with this shit-eating grin. So I'm from England. You might be able to tell from those fucking losers making fun of my accent. But I went there with my wife a few weeks ago, and we had all that stereotypical British food, like bangers and mash, toad in the hole, fish and chips. My wife says to me, goes, isn't eating British food kind of like a religion? I'm like, the last time I checked, fish and chips hasn't tried to fuck my kids. That's right. My daughter came up to me the other day, and she's like, Dad, I'm really scared about getting hurt in a school shooting. I'm like, Caitlin, you're homeschooled. And really, if you stop being such a fucking bitch, you're going to be okay. My wife did a DNA test. Anyone here did one of those DNA tests? Not when you get arrested, sir. I'm talking about the one when you find out your family. Did you do one, really? What did you discover? You were married for 24 years? All right. Dave, would you have that on your chart? I'm not going to... Dave had some really wacky numbers on his. I'm sure he'll bring that up in a minute. But my wife did a DNA test, and she discovered that she was in the mafia. Sounds awesome? It's not. Now, every time I ask her to whack me off, Uncle Jimmy shows up and tries to kill me. I found out from my DNA test, I was conceived in a gangbang. It's going to be a crazy expensive Father's Day at my house this year. But it brings a whole new meaning to 23andMe. One last thing about my wife, she complains to me. She goes, Paul, we used to spend time together. You can remember this. Back when there were steam cars, you remember. But she said, you don't spend time with me. We used to go out. We used to drive around at the weekend. We used to have a lot of fun. And then I got a letter in the mail the other day. A couple of weeks ago. It was from Ford. It said, recall. Passenger door may open randomly. I have taken her out every night for the last 4 weeks. I stamped the fucking brakes, swerved the car, nothing. I haven't been as embarrassed as I am now being up in front of you guys since I got caught jerking off at kindergarten. And the teacher said, Caitlin, will you tell your dad it's time to go home? I'm No Filter Paul. Thank you, guys.
Big round of applause. No Filter Paul. You catch him all over in comedy clubs all around the place. If you don't know who he is, you should. Dysfunctional podcast Friday nights, right? Friday nights from time to time when you're not in the circuit.
Yeah, I'm probably going to change it to Sunday because
Sunday. You can't do your show on Sunday. That's a fucking religious day. It'll never work.
Okay.
You're too fucking dirty for that.
Okay. I don't know what's wrong with you. If you smoke weed and you do crack and now you're concerned with the Lord's Day, the fuck is wrong with you?
Everybody's got their vices. All right, I'm going to go back over here. We'll bring the next comedian up in a few minutes. Be right back.
Well done.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it was okay.
These headphones are so bassy. I think
you did fair to adequate.
Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They are bass.
I think it's nice that Webby lets the dude that parks the fucking valet outside do a fucking show with him. That's fucking awesome.
Hey, man, it's all good. I'm good with it.
Good set, Paul. Good set.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Had us laughing over here for sure. And like I said, you can check out Paul all over. You're fucking all over now. You took the comedy thing by fucking storm.
You can visit nofilterpaul.com
or
you can visit No Filter Paul Comedian on Facebook. I have a show on Saturday at Tiff's in Morris Plains. It's going to be fucking amazing. We always sell the place out over 100 seats.
Tiff's a good place.
So we do Tiff shows once a month. We do Bill's Barbecue down the shore once a month. We're doing the Reserve Association of Elmwood Park every other month at this point, I think it is. I'm booked so much now. I've been running shows. I'm having so much fucking fun. I'm working with great people. Some of the guys that are here today, Craig, who's going to be up later.
Yeah.
He just did my show at the Reserve.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing is, I think if you're only going to give Craig 2 minutes, he'll just jump in the air. By the time he lands, his 2 minutes will be up because he's like the fucking Matrix going up and down. You know.
See,
Craig's off the hook.
See, I think what you're doing personally is fucking amazing because we had conversations. I don't know, many months ago when you were. Really starting hardcore into doing the comedy scene.
It's been 2 years and 1 month since I really started. But I was on O&A and I was around a lot of comedians. 15 years ago, Norton told me to do stand-up.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the balls to go up there, even though I can shit myself in front of a million people on the internet. That's fine. But, doing stand-up in front of 4 people is a problem.
Right.
And it was this guy, this fucking bag of shit who's going up next. I said to him literally 2 years ago, I want to do stand-up, and I haven't got the balls. This was a Monday.
Yeah.
Saturday, he booked me on his birthday stand-up show. It wasn't an open mic. I actually had to do 5 minutes on his show as my first time ever. And it was an abortion. But you know what? I wanted to get right back up.
Yeah.
I would have thrown Dave Hodge off like everybody in the room wanted to. But I would have thrown him off and done another 5 minutes just because it's so much fucking fun.
And that's what I was trying to get at. Is the conversation we had was you would just, I don't want to say just, but you would just start. You had broken into the whole scene doing the stand up, and we had the conversation. You were like, oh, I don't know, and dude, you're funny. Fucking do it. I love it. Do it.
It's fucking amazing. I do this 7 days a week, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of the bits you used to do on the O&A show. I mean, all right, aside from the diaper bullshit down Fifth Ave or whatever the fuck it was.
57th Street. Let's be clear. Do your fucking research.
That was fucking 10 years ago. What the fuck do I remember after all the weed I smoked? But all the shit you did there was fucking funny.
I had so much fun.
I've
always been. I need a fucking tension.
Yeah.
I've always been like, and I think everybody that's in any kind of entertainment is fucking. They're not doing it because they they want to save the kids. No. They want their fucking name on a bus or on TMZ, or they want fucking all these fat bitches to know who you are, and then so you can actually say no to them for once.
Right. Did you do Halloween at the compound?
Did I what?
Did you do Halloween at the compound?
Yes.
How was it?
It was good. It was the theme of the party was gangster movies and gangster TV shows.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I went as Sharon Stone with a broken nose from Casino.
Anthony always throws a good party. I'm waiting for the invite one day. I know it's never going to happen because I'm a nobody.
Well, Big A from the show, right? Big A ruined that. Him and fucking Boba ruined the bring a friend thing because Big A would bring anyone who would drive him from the Bronx to fucking Long Island.
Because he don't drive.
So one time he does. He's just cheap as fuck.
Oh.
He's Jewish, but he really is. If you look up Jew in the fucking dictionary, there's a photo of Big A.
Yeah, his name is there.
But he was inviting random people off the street, And I mean, it didn't help that one person brought somebody and then they went upstairs and robbed his fucking money out of his house.
That was 2 years.
Danny's friend.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, right?
That was a long
was it a long time ago? Yeah. But that's when he moved into the house in L.I. or some shit like that, or wherever the compound is.
And then fucking what's his name? Mike Keegan. You know Mike Keegan, the comedian?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Mike Keegan got so drunk he got naked and jumped in fucking Ant's hot tub.
See, I just want to come and do the karaoke.
Well, you see me do karaoke. I get fucked up and do all kinds of.
You know what? Not for anything. I think you and I could really kick ass at some karaoke. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. I've spent a lot of time playing rock band.
Oh, Ren's leaving. Let's get Hodge in.
But yeah, right. But it's not bad. We got a small room here. It's oh, you got messages? Is that okay? Good. Small room. It's okay though. But it's funny set, bro. I mean, we'd love your work.
This audience is better than the audience I had last Friday. I did the Stanhope House in Stanhope, New Jersey, and they booked me at the last minute to do the hosting.
Oh.
Right. But the headliners were 2 improv clean guys. So this room was full of all these old couples that were there to see. Oh, look, this guy looks like a policeman, and this guy's an army guy. That's what they were there to see. And I broke out, hey, do you ever fuck someone and your wife forgives you? That was my fucking, I just went for it. And John Hollywood was there with me. And I got off the stage, and the second comedian came up to me, and he's like, dude, that was amazing. I've never seen half a room not want to make eye contact with the comedian before.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep it. I know we want to bring the next comedian up, but a couple of...
oh, it's not Hodge next?
Yeah, no, it's Hodge next,
You said comedian.
Well, I did say comedian, yeah.
Hodge isn't going to go up until he's finished my chicken wings and my fries that I mistakenly left on. You don't leave food in front of Dave Hodge. That's a mistake. It's a fucking mistake, man. The only thing The only thing you could leave safely in front of Dave Hodges is like a salad and diet pills.
Tell me about the heckler a couple weeks ago that you fucking roasted.
Which one?
The one.
The one on the video?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we had this show down the shore, Bill's Barbecue, and Jersey.
And you do that quite frequently. At
Once a
Bill's,
month. Jersey Comedy Show. JerseyShoreComedy.com is where you can get tickets for that. December 7th. We had a guy in the front, which we always get someone who doesn't know how to shut the fuck up, and they talk to the fucking comic like they're the only ones in the room.
Right.
So this guy was wearing an old cap, like the old little bikey cap. Well, I don't know what you call them in this country, but
a little fucking skull cap.
So he's wearing this cap, and my dad, when he was alive, used to wear those caps all the time. So he's talking his fucking balls off, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on? You remind me of my dad with that cap, but he knows when to shut the fuck up." And the whole room was like, "Yeah!" And then, of course, I double up, and I'm like, "Because he's dead."
That's what I saw, and the whole fucking room went quiet. And from the video, you didn't see him because the video is, faced on Paul from the side, and all of a sudden
you could see him.
You could just see the shoulders drop, like, oh no.
Before you bring Hodge up, I'll just tell you one more fucking thing, because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm notorious for doubling down, and it's often a mistake. It's often a mistake to double down. So we did a show at Tips a few months ago, and it came out during the conversation with the comedians on stage that they asked, who do you want dead? Everybody wants someone dead. And the woman and her husband next to me, it found out it was his ex-wife that she wanted dead, right? So I'm asking him why you don't like him. And she goes, every time we have sex, I look at his arm, and he's got her name tattooed on her arm. And he holds up this fucking arm, and it's this massive tattoo. You can't see what it says. And I'm like, wow, that's a big tattoo for the word cunt. That's the only time I've got away with saying that word on stage in America ever. So the whole crowd's laughing. She's laughing. It's awesome. So guess what Stupid does? He decides to double down on it, right? So this is what I said to her. I goes, I can't wait to see what he puts on his other arm when he leaves you.
Oh.
And she looked at me like I killed her grandma for literally 8 more minutes of my set.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it, man.
You guys have put on a good show here. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun up there. I'm surprised that people like me. It's so you can't read a room. You cannot go until you get on that stage. You can't tell what the fucking room is. It's just impossible.
I don't think you could read a room.
I watch other comedians, and they'll do a joke that I want to say is the same as mine, but a kind of same tone or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And it'll hit and it'll miss. But then for me, it'll do the opposite. Like they might kill, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. This is my fucking crowd." And I go up there and get 0. You can't. It's impossible.
It's tough.
That's
I mean,
the beauty of
and
stand-up
look,
comedy, though.
look,
It's
the
like
room's
you
filling
never
up.
know.
Yeah, exactly. You absolutely never know.
Room's filling up. There were a lot of laughs. I mean, you know me. I like your humor. I always have. I'm over there laughing my ass off. Everyone else around me is fucking chuckling and laughing their ass off too. You did a good set tonight. You know you did a good set.
I was happy. I was happy. And one thing you'll learn about, I mean, I'm saying what you guys, but like when you do comedy with us comics in the room, if you get a chuckle out of a comic, you're going to murder at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, yeah, well,
most comics are fags, and they're all about themselves. They're either learning, they're looking at their notes, or they don't want anyone to think you're funnier than them, so they're not gonna laugh out loud. And a lot of most rooms you go to, especially open mics, are like that.
Well, and you're absolutely right, because Craig's over there. He's right. He's in his little notebook.
I was watching Craig.
And he's fucking laughing his ass off. Okay, I'm gonna write my note. You killed it. You killed it.
I think the bouncer's here to remove me from the microphone.
Yeah. I think he's like GTFO, man. Get the fuck out.
All right. Do your thing with him. I'm gonna get out. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
No
Appreciate
filter, Paul.
it.
No filter, Paul. You can check him out. Bill's Barbecue Shack, Tiff's, all over the place. You can just go to nofilterpaul.com. If you can't figure it out, go to 8-Bit Bros. Right on tonight's show sheet, you'll see the links for every comedian here tonight. What do you got, Jim? We're ready for the next one? All right, I'm going to bring up our next comedian, and you're going to make sure his shit's done right, and blow her that, and do that, and do that.
Get out of here.
We'll be right back. Yeah.
All right, Webby, go get him.
All right. At this time, I'd like to bring our next comedian up to the stage. A friends of friends of friends of everyone. You'll know him from many, many different places. Every goddamn room around the tri-state area, no? The one and only Dave Hodge. Give it up for Dave.
Well, hey, what's up, everybody? How's Tierney's doing tonight? How you fuckers doing? You doing good? Yeah. We're kind of similar in age. I was just at my high school reunion. which is pretty good. I did the usual thing, wind up being cornered by your ex. How you doing? Because she's recently divorced and fucking on the prowl. And I'm like, oh, 2 minutes into the conversation, I remembered what a bitch she was and how I couldn't fucking stand her. And then I was like, on top of that, she had no tits. You know what I mean? Have you ever talked to her? Like, I'm not picky. I've looked in the mirror. I don't have any fucking time to be picky. But one rule I have is you have to have bigger tits than me. I don't ask for fucking much in life. You know what I mean? Bigger tits than me, smaller gut than me, and I'm fucking cool with that. The rest is fucking gravy. I can't take that shit. While we were talking, I was trying to find, we were talking about going out one day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking doing that. But I realized while I was looking for, a nice Spanish restaurant close by, I'm like, oh, cool. I did the Google thing. I'm like, hey, what Spanish place is near me? And it says, hey, top-rated one in your area. It's open on Wednesday and Sunday. I'm like, what restaurant is open 2 days a fucking week? So I look a little further. I read down. It's a fucking food truck. Food trucks are not restaurants, assholes. I love food trucks, too. It's not a fucking restaurant. You don't sit and dine at the food truck. Beverly Hillbillies don't sit and dine at the food truck. You shouldn't either, is all I'm saying. God damn it. I don't know. I'm a single parent. And you guys parents, right? Yes? Yeah. I'm talking to you guys. Married people. I'm assuming after 24 years, you probably popped at least one out is what I'm getting at. Ever take the kids to Disney? Yeah. I took my son to Disney 10, 15 times when he was a kid. We went recently again this year, and, we had some fun. He was a little annoyed, all that walking around, because he's like 17 now. He's like, oh, I'm tired of this shit. Why am I here? And we get back, we're on our way back. We're on the flight home. I'm like, Disney's pretty fucking overrated, right? A little fucking boring. He goes, yeah. I'm like, that's why I never fucking took you as a kid. I was fucking lying to you the whole time. I'm not spending that kind of money to come down and fucking. I'm like, remember we went to fucking, when he was little, he was like 5, 6 years old. I'm like, yeah. And his friends like, we went to Disney. He's like, Dad, when are we going to Disney? I'm like, we were just there. Don't you remember we went to Florida? I got you the Mickey Mouse T-shirt. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, yeah, fucking dummy. And now he's fucking 17. I'm like, yeah, dummy, we never went. Shut up. You don't remember shit when you're 5. That's the point I'm getting at. Fucking kids. I don't know. Like I said, I am a single parent, and before my son was born, I was living in Jersey City, so I decided to give my kid a fighting chance, move out to the suburbs. You know what I mean? Get out there, and I realized where I pulled up the house I bought, I was in a white neighborhood. And I realized that because when I got out of the car, there were no kids playing outside. That's the first sign of a white neighborhood these days. They're all inside the goddamn PlayStation and the Xbox, like my son's doing right now. He's playing Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. I mean, if he wanted to beat up hookers and rob cars, why'd I move out of Jersey City in the first place? Let's get a couple rolls of quarters. Let's make some fucking cash for real. What are we doing with this fucking video game shit? I don't know. I'm old-fashioned. I grew up with Pac-Man. Remember Pac-Man? My little simple brain can handle Pac-Man. You know what I mean? One joystick. I'm trying to get my son off the fucking Xbox on a Sunday while he's playing Madden. I'm like, there's actual football on TV, right, dummy? He's like, want to play with me? So I make believe I want to bond with the kid. I'm like, all right, hand me the controller. He hands me this thing. It has 2 joysticks and 18 little fucking buttons. I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing. So I go old school on him because it's football. I know football. I go halfback dive, fullback dive, try to go long on him, quarterback sneak. He's like, Dad, you keep running straight at me. I'm like, but you haven't stopped me yet, you little pussy. D up. Let's go. Man, I bought my son the Xbox to make him think I love him. You know what I mean? It has the good graphics and shit. And every now and then he wants to torture me with this one abomination of a game called Minecraft. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but if you're not, it's little Lego people running around with bowl cuts looking like Bruce Jenner. And I don't mean Caitlyn Jenner. I'm talking about sexy as Bruce Jenner. Goddamn American hero, fucking Wheaties box guy. You know what I mean? Fucking old school fucking classic decathlete. Like, what is wrong with you, you little bastard? You know what I mean? You know what the best thing about kids is? The noise they make when they kick down the fucking stairs. I recently did a show where I was paid in edibles. Yeah, I don't even smoke weed, but I'm a fat fuck and I like brownies. So, hey, it's a win-win, I think. Lesson number 1 I learned from that night is definitely don't take that and decide you're going to drive home after having a brownie. And lesson number 2 is right before you leave, say, I don't feel shit, I need another one. Because I was halfway home, and there were cops that weren't there in my fucking vision. I'm like, holy shit. I'm flying up the parkway, trying to get home. I'm fucking going. I'm like, oh, my God, I think he saw me. I think he saw me. I got to slow down. And I go and I look at the speedometer, and I'm doing 20. I'm like, all right, I gotta fucking pick this shit up. They're gonna fucking catch me. They're gonna catch me. I start fucking flooring it. I'm like, all right, this is a nice even speed. This is a nice even speed. I look, it's 97. I'm like, I have no fucking happy medium. I try to pull up at the next exit. Woo! I get pulled over, literally a quarter of a mile from my house. I'm like, son of a bitch. I get out of the car, put my hands on the hood. He's like, we didn't ask you to do any of that. I'm like, I know what you're here for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Fucking cop, he's giving me the eye test, the pen test. I'm moving my head like a fucking maniac. I'm like, fucking dummy that I am. I'm like, all right. I realize that the excuse that you can make if you're not drinking and you're all fucked up, especially on something like that when your eyes are all bloodshot, just tell them you have allergies. They can't test for anything else yet. So there you go. That's my fucking word of advice for you people. Public service announcement time. Like Paul said, I did take a DNA test. I found out I'm not Chinese. I also found out that Nigerian prince that's been emailing me is actually related to me, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna get some fucking cash. Good to be Sicilian is what I'm getting at. Could we agree political correctness got a little too crazy, right? People fucking protesting everything. Have you heard that PETA has protested animal crackers? Because they have fucking cages on the box. Next time you go to the store, check the fucking boxes. No more cages. Because these fucking tigers are going to get all fucking pissy and eat people. Dummies, shut up. Let the fucking giraffes make out in the back of the box. It's 2019. Calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? Let them fucking frolic around like the animals that they are. I don't know. Right now, P.T. Barnum is rolling in his grave getting tickled by midgets. Yeah, them too. Little fucking midget people. That's what I just said. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. You fucking threw me off, son of a bitch, cocksucker. No, I'm just kidding. So I was like, people are like, hey, Hodge, you're like 50. When are you going to settle down? And have you looked at me? How awful does she have to look if I'm the one settling down? You know what I mean? I tried like dating apps. I'm like, I go on Tinder. The only luck I have on Tinder is girls that want a fucking sugar daddy. And I'm okay with that. I'll give them the money. They can take their fucking girls trip down to fucking Jamaica. You know what I mean? Let them go. Have some fucking fun. Because I know for that 4 days while they're gone, I have plenty of time to rob their fucking house. I tried Bumble. The girl has to message you first. I've seen me. That's not happening. I figure the only way I'm going to use any fucking site that's going to help me out is I found one that I could specialize in. It's called Fantasy Matches. And it's exactly the response it deserves. It's for every fetish in the world that you want. I have 2 pages that I go to frequently on there. I have one with little people. Because who the fuck doesn't love a little fucking midget girl? Those tits always look that much bigger when it is fucking tall. Makes my dick look bigger for fucking dick pics. I only date midgets so I can get better dick pics is what I'm getting at. My other favorite page on there is girls, once again, that like to be tied up. Because once again, you could beat their ass and fucking rob them while they're fucking tied up and get the hell out. My son, he is a teenager, so he recently hit puberty. He does that one thing all those boys like to do. We nickname our penises. I was a fan of the Goonies growing up, so I called mine One-Eyed Willie. Figured that's an easy name to remember. My son, in his teenage moron wisdom, he comes up to me and goes, Dad, do you know if you take your dick and give it a girl's name, you can marry it and then legally beat your wife? All right, thank you. That's my time. Take care, everybody.
Dave Hodge, give it up for Dave Hodge. You can find him all over the internet, all sorts of comedy clubs around the tri-state area. He's always out and about. You're going to sit down with us? Cool. All right, we'll bring up the next comedian in a few. We're going to chat with Dave.
Well done, Dave. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, handsome.
Ah, see?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a liker? Is that it?
Sometimes. I'm definitely sick, but in different ways.
Sick in the head?
No, definitely, yeah.
I got to say, first off, thank you for coming down tonight, doing the
thanks for
show.
having me,
We
man.
appreciate it, without a doubt. Night of Comedy, brought to you by New Media Comedy Studios, hosted by the 8-Bit Bros, sitting down here with Dave Hodge. What's your website? Is it davehodge.com?
Yes, davehodge.com.
If you need any more information on Dave and where he's going to play or stand up or do whatever the fuck, even if you want to have a drink with him, check out his fucking website, davehodge.com. And you're out? All right, be good. No filter
Way
Paul
to
leaving
interrupt
the
the
house.
show, Paul.
Yeah, I noticed it was your bit.
Yeah.
That he had to come over and make sure that he interjected himself.
Goes back to him being a cunt.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want? He's from England.
Yeah, exactly. Twat.
A bloody cunt.
So, yeah, right? A bloody cunt.
Bloody cunt.
Yeah. So tell us, where you're doing shows all over the place now, right?
I'm trying to get out.
Yeah. You were at where was the last fucking place you were at?
I was just at the reserve with Paul and Craig.
Craig's a great guy. He'll be up
amazing.
soon. Yeah. I've known Craig since we went to school together, me and Craig. Craig was always the fucking comedian in the class.
The shy one?
Yeah, I don't really understand how I got like most comedic, most talkative when it should have been him. Somehow I got that award in school. No fucking clue how. But he used to pull antics all the fucking time, stupid shit. He was fucking just a jokester in the class all the fucking time. But and we'll talk about him later. You.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're doing what? A fucking couple shows a week now? I mean,
yeah.
You're all over the place.
How many years you got in the pocket, so to speak?
6.
6?
Yeah, he's all over the fucking place, which is why I'm very happy to have him here tonight. Because I personally have followed a lot of the shit he's done across the internet, YouTube or whatever fucking bullshit somebody records from a comedy show. Hey, I saw Dave Hodge, and funny.
And you get to sit next to him. Man.
I know, it makes me happy. I can't wait for him to come into the studio and whore his shit out.
Yeah. I get to be the best looking guy again. I like that.
Well, anything's better than fucking Paul. I mean, him and Paul. I mean, Thump on the other hand. I know you don't see Thump over here, but he's over here. Well, he's right here, actually. He's right here. He's our virtual Thump tonight. Straight from North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, kind of pat me on the head. Like more in the back of my neck, but...
That better?
But all right, so 6 years, and have you settled in? There's no more? I don't want to call it stage fright, but sometimes it's hard to read a room, and you don't know what the fuck's gonna go on, and you just go up and do your shit now, right?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the best way to go about it. If you go up and you just muddle through, do what you got to do, and just get it done. Just be prepared and go up. Just go.
Yeah, and from what I've seen across the interwebs, I hate using that fucking term, but that seems to be what it is. Your shows are always fresh. There's always new material. It's not recycled. I mean, we see a lot of shit across the internet, and it's the same crap all the time. I mean, especially older comedians who just rattle out the same bullshit over and over, and it's funny, but
that's a whole bunch of what got them their name.
Well, yeah.
What was that?
That's where a lot of people get their name from, is
right,
just recycling the same shit. But everything you do is fresh and new, and I get inspired by that. Like I got my little notebook out here. I'm still thinking of doing a few minutes at my own stand-up, but I'm not sure yet.
What better place than tonight?
I know.
So you're next, right?
He was literally supposed to go up right before Mike.
Yeah, we were supposed to. I was going to do.
Well, now we warmed up the crowd. You're ready to go. It's your turn.
I'll wait for Craig, and then I'll say no.
Yeah, you got to go up before Craig.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, it's true. Or before Jim, or
yes,
before. Here comes Langdon. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, we're gonna bring up John G next. That was your cue. Quite possibly. Who knows?
I was just hanging out until you get up there.
I might need another shot or two. And again, if you want anything to drink, it's on me,
yep.
bro. You know it's on me. Just tell them 8-Bit Bros, and it's on me. But so what's next for you? Where are you? What's your next venue?
Well, Saturday night I'm going to be at Tiff's with Paul, John Hollywood, Anthony Crescenzo, Katie Cohen. Earlier that day, though, I'm going to be doing some media work for Sopranos Con.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a big thing this year, too.
Yeah. It's the first one, so I can't wait to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I'm going to be at Tiff's, and then in the morning, I'm going to get up and go back to Sopranos Con. So why the hell not? It's there all weekend. Why not take advantage of it?
Yeah. Where is Sopranos Con?
Over at the Meadowlands.
Yeah, Meadowlands. That's they're doing that. They're doing that in the Meadowlands or in the convention center.
I believe in the convention center.
Yeah, I think it's in the convention center.
And for what I hear, all the stuff that they have set up for it, it sounds really amazing. A lot of the what they're doing, instead of a traditional like meet and greet or where you're paying for stuff, you're buying something from the vendor and you're getting your picture with the.
And the big thing about this year's SopranoCon is they're bringing that back to HBO, right? They're doing the prequel, the prequel's in the works.
They're doing a prequel movie.
Yeah, right. The movie, HBO sponsored.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that that's going to be a theater run too,
Yeah.
and then HBO. I think it might actually launch the day after on HBO or something like that. Theater and then HBO, but it's a big deal if you were a Sopranos fan.
Yeah.
And who the fuck wasn't? I mean, honestly, who wasn't? I mean, Sopranos.
At the time, yeah.
At the time, yeah, it was the show.
Especially if you live in this area, you're like,
Definitely.
I got to go drive by the house. Oh, look, there's the wetlands.
Pizza land.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, you're driving down the turnpike and you're going, yep, that's Sopranos right there. Yep.
Hey, the Wilson man.
But yeah, no, big deal for that. And I understand that they got a big turnout so far as pre-ticket sales. And I personally tried to get press passes for that, and yeah, no.
You need to have a few more vowels in Webby.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, it makes no sense. Like, we did Comic-Con for a couple of years, and this year they were like, yeah, no.
They got too big.
Well, that's exactly what it was. So,
Yeah.
no, your reach is not what we want.
Yeah,
Right.
Our reach isn't good enough. Meanwhile, there's a couple thousand people checking us out tonight.
Right.
But no, that's not good enough for Comic-Con. But whatever. But no, man.
I got a weekend back in my life. I'm cool.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking weekend for sure.
That's work.
I was supposed to be there this year, and my cousin does a lot of work with. He's into the horror side of stuff, so he was supposed to do something with John Carpenter, and he started doing some stuff. It's called Thing Fest.
Okay.
Because he's a weirdo like that movie.
Yeah.
It is, and I really love it. And I helped him out a couple years back, with one of his Thing Fest shows in Jersey City at the Lowe's Theater, and he was supposed to be at Comic-Con with a booth. With a lot of, because he collects all the props and everything from a lot of movies.
Okay.
But especially has a lot from that one. And I was supposed to help him out with that. And the guy that booked it decided the week he was supposed to come down that, you have to pay for your booth. What are you talking about? Like, he said it was on him up until the week that it was supposed to happen. And if I remember the other douchebag's name, I'd call him out right now. However, I'm just going to say the guy was an asshole regardless.
Was his name Turtle?
No.
No, you sure? See, look, I can name drop. I'm not in the circle, but I know what the fuck goes on. Trust me, I know what the fuck goes on. But, we love your shit. Again, I'm very happy that you're here. Do a show tonight. Hopefully you'll.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to stop by the studio.
Come in
I'm
the
actually
studio.
working on something. The latest Instagram video I dropped, which is actually my first real comedy type video I put on there, is just a silly phone call thing I did. I got a couple more I want to do, and I'm ready to set that up. And we could do some stuff over there with the green screen. We could have some fun with that.
Come by. You look.
We have a lot of fun over there.
Look, you talk to these guys. You got Jim and Drinos over here. John G up next. I mean, these are the guys, and full blown studio. I mean, they're.
Yeah.
They got
Anything you could
sound
possibly wanna do.
stages, the whole bit. I mean, these are the guys to talk to. We're just one little piece of what happens inside the New Media Comedy Studios bunker, right, Thump?
Oh, yeah.
One little piece.
One little cog.
Yeah, I mean, but you're always welcome on the show. You know that. You don't need an invite.
All right.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. The address is real simple. It's 15 Colonia Avenue.
Or something like
that.
that.
15 Colonia
Really
Avenue.
easy.
Yeah, it's easy. We're in the basement, like I said, the
12
bunker.
Prospect Lane.
12 Prospect Lane. That's it. Yeah, not Colonia. Okay.
Real simple.
Yeah.
Real simple. Real
Okay.
simple. It
Well,
took 5 people to remember it.
Look, I've had 4 Guinnesses and 2 shots. And
So that means you're going up next, right?
No, John's going up
I
next.
tried. Yeah.
I'll take care of John if you want to go to the bar.
No,
and get
I'm
your
having
shot.
I'm having fun bringing people up.
I wanna
I'm
bring
good.
you up.
No, I don't.
No, he's going to bring you up now.
Oh no, he ain't.
You
No,
don't
he ain't.
trust me.
No,
He doesn't.
No,
he doesn't trust me.
because I don't have a pen to write on my coaster. I'm not prepared to hold my coaster up and go, oh, okay, yesterday I fucked my mom. Yeah, it's not going to work for me. It's not going to work.
Why not? She's pretty hot.
Because he's not real.
Yeah, actually. Believe it or not, she is. She gained a little weight over the years, but,
That happens.
70 now. She hasn't had it in a while, as far as I know.
I mean, who doesn't like a good gummer?
Do you know in certain states it is illegal
Which
for
ones?
I think it's Arkansas.
I believe it, but that's just weird that it's Arkansas.
It is illegal for the wife to get false teeth without the husband's permission.
That I can live with.
That is fucking law.
Well, yeah. Well, normally the husband doesn't give consent. He just punches them out down there. So
That too, and then gets the gummer.
shout out to everybody down in Arkansas.
What up, people?
Hello, Walmart. All right, yeah. Again, Dave, thank
Bill,
you.
B-Rob, what's up,
Thank you.
everybody? Guys, thank you a lot.
Thank you. You want to whore anything before I do what I need to
Just
be
check
done?
me out on Facebook or Instagram, Dave Hodge. I will talk to you guys soon.
Yes.
And I will see you all soon. Everybody, check me out. Hit me up. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Hodge,
Dave
everybody.
Hodge in the house. No Filter Paul. We've had Mike Langdon on stage. I'm about to bring up the next one. Who are we bringing up? We're bringing up John G.
Yeah, I was gonna go
The
bring him.
Reverend. You want to bring him up?
I'm gonna bring him up.
All right, cool. I'm going to let Ren bring him up. That means I got to do shit over here. What channel? That's this channel, okay. Go. I'm good with that. All right. I'm going to throw it over to Ren. All right, people.
What up, everybody? Oh, see, you're all not paying attention again. Look at that. If people stop talking, see, they don't care what we're saying when we're saying things. No one really cares. But that's not about us anyway. It's about the comedians that we have tonight. I'm bringing up a dear friend of mine. I've done walks with this man. I love giving him a hard time. It's one of my favorite things in life. It really, really is. You might know him as Reverend John G. I did go on and do a bit with him. I literally broke him on that bit. He didn't not know how to handle me. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend John G.
Oh, man. I got to live up to that introduction, huh? You know, I'm really sick and tired of being told I look like Santa Claus. You know? I did. I joined the gym. I can't wait for January, though, so I can shave. I swear to God. You know how hard it is to get laid when you look like Santa Claus? I mean, seriously. Like, I put an ad on one of them, like, dating sites like Tinder, right? So I put a Tinder profile. But every time I got, like, the right swipe or the left swipe, whatever that was, you know, they all expected me to bring presents. I'm like, what kind of shit is that? And then my good friend Ren, he told me he had a lot of success on Grindr. So I decided I would try Grindr, you know? So, but then I realized, you know what? It's easier to clean his beard than mine. Mine's really tough to clean up. Holy shit. Oh, man, I don't know. Oh. You know, I've done a lot of stuff as Santa Claus, right? I've done a lot of things as Santa Claus. And, like, it's really crazy because, like, you know, Santa Claus has a lot of power, especially, like, when the parents are bringing their kids up. And, like, you know, it's not so bad when the kids are bratty. You can kind of deal with that and give them a little nudge and shut them up, you know, and calm them down from crying. But when the parents are a pain in the ass, that's when it really becomes fun. Because if they bring up a kid and the kid's asking for something crazy, like, I want a Porsche for Christmas, no problem. You know, how about a BB gun? Hey, it's yours next week, you know? Or, you know, like the little girls, they want the Barbie cars and stuff like that. But, like, the presents are changing, though. I don't understand it. Like, we're, like, grooming the kids backwards. Because, like, now the girls want the slime. I don't know. I don't know. Slime. So, I don't know. Hey now. No, you think it's all me, but it's not, you know. I even did some Santa Claus stuff in, like, an animal clinic. And, like, when you do the animal clinic, you realize that people really love their pets, especially their dogs, much more than we love our kids. It's true, man. They'll put on like a $300 sweater on the dog. They'll bring the dog over. They'll be grooming the dog and everything else. Make sure the picture's perfect. I'm praying the dog ain't peeing on my leg, you know? And all of a sudden, the owner will yell over, hey, Fido, tell Santa you want like a bone for Christmas. And I'm like, hey, I thought you didn't want to get neutered, you know? I don't know. I did one really crazy gig as Santa Claus, and that was at this market in Connecticut. And there was like, got there a little early. I'm sitting in the middle of this supermarket thing. They had a nice chair, and I'm sitting there. And like this 70-year-old lady comes running over, jumps on my lap, and goes, "Ooh, Santa, you're getting hard." I'm like, ooh, Annie, my kids are coming. I do private shows later. I give them my card. You know, I don't know. What's that? Oh, yeah. Hey, you know, you're laughing. It pays $150 an hour to be a Santa Claus. Oh, I'm in. Yeah. I don't know. Anybody here in the room do drugs? No drugs in the room? Yeah. Nah. I went to a doctor one time, right, to try to lose weight. The guy prescribes me my medical marijuana card for obesity. Yeah, you know what I did with that, right? I went right down to the store and I bought all the edibles. Yeah. So after I got out of there, after that diet didn't work, I went and I tried some new cocaine. Yeah, best fucking diet I've ever been on in my life. Yeah, until I ran out of money. Then I tried acid. Yeah. But while I was doing acid, I watched the Robert's horror movie. Woo! Next day I went to the buffet. Scared the shit out of me. You're a horror special. Yeah, on acid. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. So since the dating thing didn't work at Santa Claus, I actually got myself a girlfriend, right? And but I picked one of the toughest women in the world to date, right? She's Jewish, so Santa Claus dating a Jew. That's pretty funny, right? But she's Israeli. She's like the kind that has a gun in her purse, So you got to be really careful with that shit because like one year I gave her like a pair of mistletoe panties for Christmas. She put it on backwards and told me to kiss this. Yeah, I don't know. One day she thought she was really smart. She heard me in the bathroom, and I'm like in the bathroom, and I'm like grunting. I'm like, oh. She comes running around the corner like she's gonna catch me jerking off in the bathroom. I was using a Q-tip, man. Sometimes they're better than sex. I swear to God, it is. So the next time I wanted to get some, she hands me a box of Q-tips and say, "Here, try this." Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't work at all. Anybody here like a procrastinator? Because I'm like the serial procrastinator, right? Serial procrastinator. When I was a kid and I was outside playing all the time, I would really get like I would never wanted to go back in the house. I always wanted to stay outside. So like I would have to go to the bathroom and like if you had to go pee, it wasn't too bad. You like doing a pee dance and stuff and everything else. But when you had to shit and you had to hold it, sometimes I would just I'd go sit on my leg. I'd be over there sitting on my leg. Oh. And then sometimes I would wait too long and I'd shit myself. Yeah. I'd shit myself, yeah. But last year, or this year actually, it was actually this year. Yeah, this year, I truly believed I proved procrastination to the ultimate level. I got into a car and I wasn't feeling too good. And I loaded up the car with computers. I drove all the way to Georgia. I installed the computer system, was having the worst time of my life, drove all the way back and got to the hospital. And I checked into the hospital and they looked at me and they said, "Mr. Giles?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "You had a heart attack." I said, "No fucking way. It was just angina." "No, I had a heart attack." I procrastinated a heart attack. It's terrible. So I ended up having to get 5 stents, right? And while I was getting the 5 stents, I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm still alive, right? So I'm getting the 5 stents, and it took 3 different operations. The first operation went pretty good. But during the first operation, they were playing like music, right? And like the first song that comes on is Stairway to Heaven. I'm like, who put this playlist together? I'm like, I said, if Knocking on Heaven's Door is the second song, I'm getting off the table. Yeah. Second day, I ended up coding. They had to paddle my shit and get me back. But, when I woke up, they're like yelling, "Mr. Giles." I'm like, I'm thinking I'm seeing my father or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's my set for tonight. Thanks much.
Big hand for John Jameson. You can check him out on Amazon. Amazon Prime. If you ain't got it, just pay the fucking $1.
Pay the $1.
What, not dead yet? Living large? Which one are you? What's your special?
Living large.
Living large. Amazon Prime. Check him out. We're going to chat with him, and then we'll bring up the next comedian. Be right back.
You said you love giving me a hard time,
See,
motherfucker.
dude, I do like giving you a hard time. It is like one of my favorite activities that I look forward to going to the studio to do is to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
But you also know that I'm also got your back and I'm there for you.
I know. But it was nice to little payback on you.
Hey, I have a thick skin and I can accept it.
Look, that was funny. I thought to me it was unexpected. Reverend John Jameson, you know him from the 8-Bit Bro show. He's always on our show.
Yep.
If you don't, you can check him out on Amazon Prime, Living Large.
Instagram, YouTube.
YouTube. Check
Yep.
it.
All of it's My John G. That's what I go
myjohng.com. It's right there. If you can't figure it out, you go right to our page tonight. All the information for all of the comedians are on our page tonight. So, how you feel?
Feel pretty good. It's a little light crowd here, but we're
it's
doing
a light
good.
crowd, but
we're diehards, man. We're going through it.
Yeah.
Bunch of good folks here tonight.
You have some other things going on too, which I'm sure is not a
what
short crowd.
Your Saturday night.
He's got the whole
Oh, my
fucking
Saturday night gig, yeah.
Your Saturday night.
murder
gig.
mystery.
A murder mystery on off Broadway. It's off Broadway, actually, technically.
Fuck
you're,
yeah.
You're a Broadway actor.
And now I'm a Broadway actor, yeah.
Doing musicals.
Yes.
Add that to your IMDb.
Yeah, can you imagine that shit? I actually got to sing.
Are you enjoying it? Is the question.
Oh, I'm having a blast. It's the most fun. It's a lot of fun.
More fun than doing stand-up?
No, but but it's close because it's kind of stand-up-y, you know. But it's just it's more like improv-y, really, you know. But I mean, we have set lines and everything, but we break it out a lot. Yeah, it's
Nice.
fun. Truffles, I get to die a lot too.
Nice.
Where
Mushroom, aren't you?
Right?
where is that?
It's at the Secret Room on 707 8th Avenue.
8th Ave? That's
Yeah, it's
that's,
called Truffles. Truffles Murder Mystery. TrufflesMystery.com.
And your truffles.
is that the east side?
It's my truffles. I own the truffle farm.
Is that the east side?
I wish I owned the truffle farm, man. That
Fifth
shit's
Avenue.
expensive as hell.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, 8th Ave. It's west side. West
There-
side, 8th Ave. Okay.
There's a new sauce called the sauce.
The sauce.
That is a truffle sauce.
Yeah. What's it like $1,000 an ounce or some shit? It's like crazy.
Truffs.
Yeah, truffs. That's it.
Truffs.
Yep. Yeah.
Truffs hot sauce.
Yeah, but it's not that expensive. But it's
Nah,
supposed to be really fucking good.
Oh, no, I mean like we're the company Urbani sponsors the play, and like the Urbani truffles are awesome, but it's expensive stuff.
Oh,
Do
I
they
bet.
serve truffles for the dinner?
They have a truffle appetizer. There's truffle sauce during the dinner, and there's a truffle sauce ice cream.
Hell yeah.
Tried any of this food?
Yeah, it's really good actually. Especially the ice cream, man. You know me. I'm an ice cream dude. I eat ice cream all the time. So truffle ice cream, why not?
Then is it strange or is it?
You know what I find? Don't you find that the stranger the ice cream flavor, the better it usually is? You know.
That all depends.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
are some
come on
things
now.
that just.
Yes, the strangest flavor I've ever had in ice cream,
Yeah.
which reminds me of the Jeff Goldblum fucking Disney Plus. I had
The world, according.
Yeah, the world calling Jeff Goldblum. I had pistachio habanero.
Pistachio
That
habanero.
just doesn't sound like it goes.
No, that's
together.
pretty good.
Actually, that sounds really good.
Yeah,
It
it
was
does.
was a very intriguing flavor because you get that pistachio nut, and then all of a sudden there's this spice on the back end.
Do you like figs, man? Do you like?
I love figs.
Have you ever?
I'm Italian. Of course, I love figs.
Here, get a fig gelato and put put white sambuca all over it.
Oh, okay.
Fig gelato with sambuca is like the most ultimate.
Where the fuck are you gonna find a fig gelato?
Oh, you can
though?
find that a lot.
Yeah.
It was like, let me take you places.
Yeah. I got to go to Brooklyn for that.
Yeah, I can hook you up with that
'Cause
gelato, man. I can hook you up
I mean,
with the gelato.
look, I'm Italian. Figs. I mean,
Yep.
me and my mother, like 2 weeks ago, we eating fresh figs. I love. My girl was like, I ain't fucking eating that. That looks like a vegetable. I'm like, just fucking eat it. It's a fig Newton.
Yeah.
And then she bit into it, and I gave her a little piece, stuck it in her mouth. She was like, I'm like, what? It's a fucking fig. It's a fig Newton.
Does she eat fig Newtons?
She eats nothing.
Oh.
Nothing that has to do with anything to do with vegetables, period. And to her, a fig is a vegetable. I mean, it's a fucking fruit, you
It's a
idiot.
fruit, yeah.
It's a fucking fruit.
Yeah.
But look, I'm Italian. I love figs. I will eat anything fig. I don't give a fuck if you laid it on shit, just the seeds. I'm eating it.
Yeah.
It's fig.
It's fig.
I love figs, especially fresh. When I was growing up, there was the neighbor who was an Italian also, had a fig tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
And like every fucking August, we would climb the fence, sneak into the yard at night, and pick the entire fucking tree clean.
And he'd want to kill you too.
Yeah. Where'd all the figs go? Meanwhile, I'd be in the kitchen, me and my mother, I'm like, Ma, I got figs. Where'd you get them from? You don't need to know. It's okay. I got figs, though.
I got figs.
I love figs. I mean, and fig Newton's not what they used to be.
No.
Now it's all fucking chemical. It don't taste the same, but ain't nothing better than a fucking fresh fig. I'm sorry.
Hey, Webb.
Yeah.
My neighbor still has fig bush.
Hey, well, fucking go clip that shit and mail it up here, motherfucker. I got to say, I'm looking at our broadcast tonight. It's nice and clean. Thump's sitting right here. He's right here. Thump's are right here and right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Thump's right here. We had a lot of interaction. Jessica commenting on a lot of the comedians
Jessica
coming
Miranda.
up tonight. Yes, Jessica Miranda.
Not to
commenting
be
Not with J7. Yeah.
So Ren, this is part way to your living room map, man.
Part
way with the 1 camera or 2 camera shoot there.
This is part way, yeah.
Yeah, you're feeling it. You're tasting it. You're tasting it.
It's like old school,
We gotta
right?
tear down that fucking wall. Tear down the wall. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we ain't Trump. We're tearing it down. We ain't building that shit.
Tear down that wall.
Tear that down.
So I understand there is a Amazon Prime special in the works.
Oh yeah, we shot it yesterday.
Yeah.
At the Broadway Comedy Club. Great. Thanks to Mr. Al Martin for letting us use the club.
And there's
Comedy Confessions, sinfully funny.
Sinfully Funny Comedy Confessions, and your Instagram clips are being put together as a special also.
As soon as the
not Insta. I don't want to say Instagram. Instagram's Instagram, but
yeah, but no. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together the special, the special, and then we're gonna release some of the segments, little pieces of the segments as Instagram clips to kind of promote the special and everything else. But we need you to go to Amazon Prime and then another medium soon to be named, but we won't bring that out right now.
No, well, there's plenty to name. We know that.
No.
I ain't saying nothing, but
there's one coming in January.
Yeah.
We'll be hawking pretty soon.
Yeah. Might begin with an R, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. Me neither. I don't know anything, but
it's safer that way.
It's safer that way. So
it's much safer.
It's always safer that way.
So are we gonna kick him out of here now?
And bring another comedian up? Who you
I don't know.
going?
Are we ready? I don't have.
There he is. He I think he's done looking at himself in the mirror.
I don't know.
I walked in there
Is
to
that
do
who's
things
next? I don't have a run sheet.
He's next.
Yep.
Logan's next.
All you got to do is pull up Slack, and it's there.
Oh, okay. Well, I closed that down to save bandwidth.
Old habits are hard to die, aren't they?
This has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. All right, John.
Boom.
John Jameson,
so much.
the Reverend John Jameson. You check him out on Amazon Prime.
Reverend John Jameson.
Check him out on Instagram. Check him out on Facebook.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Find him right there on New Media Comedy. Check out a special straight up on Amazon Prime.
Living large.
I guess it's time for me to bring the next comedian up.
Well, you better do this one old school.
Oh, okay. I gotta do this.
You gotta
also.
rock this one old school.
All right, I'm gonna go over there on stage and bring the next comedian up. Ren, you'll take care of stuff
Yeah, I
over
got
here,
stuff over here.
and we'll bring the next one right up. I believe it. Be Craig Lloydgren.
It is Lloydgren.
I mean, could he take a little bit longer, Ren?
All right, how we doing out there?
Yeah,
We
right?
doing good?
I mean, this is just unreal.
Excellent. I want to
Needs to
bring
do a
up
do-si-do.
the next comedian, a guy I've known since, I don't know, since I was yay high. You can check him out right on Amazon Prime, Married and Miserable. I've watched this show myself, so I understand exactly how he feels. You can check him out in comedy clubs across the area. The one and only Craig Lloydgren. Give it up.
No, thank you. This is great. Thanks, Tone, for fucking fixing this. This is awesome. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. Thank you, all 6 people showing up tonight. That's because I don't count the comics. I pulled up. There was only 2 car spots left in the parking lot. I got all excited. I'm like, wow, we're gonna have a sold-out show. I walk up here and I see this. I'm like, fuck, it's Thursday. They're watching football downstairs. So that's it. But I made it. I arrived. This is awesome. I was all concerned. My car, my power steering went today. There's only the hose, but I don't have time to fix it. I'm calling my daughter. You got to get home. I have to get to this show. I got to get to Tierney's. I should have fucking Skyped this in. I could have stayed in my living room and just been live from here. I could have been live from here. Do you know how many people are watching this right now? Nobody, because they're all fucking here. Don't worry, you'll get 6 views, Tone, when everybody gets home. This is great. Yeah, but I'd rather be here than be home because I am married and miserable. But you know that's what my stand-up special is called. It's called Married and Miserable. It is on Amazon Prime. If you guys want to actually see me with a crowd and you hear laughter and shit when I say things, it's on Amazon. You can check it out. It's gonna be really funny. But yeah, so people are like, Craig, why did you name it Amazon? You know, why do you name it Married and Miserable? I'm like, because The Walking Dead was already fucking taken, okay? If not, go into Walmart any given Sunday or Saturday, you will see all the married couples. They're walking around like, we need toilet paper. Toilet paper. It's great. People ask me why. Why? How long you guys married for? 24 years, did I hear? I'm married 28, so you got 4 years before you look this much more miserable. And it's not really me, it's her. We are oblivious to men. Like, because people are like, oh, married and miserable. I'm like, married and miserable is like the yin and yang of marriage. You can't be married without being miserable once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily you or her. If you met my wife, you'll find that I'm the married one, you know? She's definitely the miserable one. But little things like this, little things like, here's how you know you're married too long. I woke up, I went into the bathroom, I had a pimple and an erection. I haven't had this combo since I was 19 years old. I was all excited. I run back into the bedroom. I'm like, baby, look. And she popped the fucking pimple. Okay, people? She popped the pimple. Are you kidding me? At what point in my life did this get less disgusting than this? What happened? Come on. Are you kidding me? And we sleep with 2 blankets. Do you guys sleep with 2 friggin' blankets? See, 3, yeah, because I thought it was because my wife is fucking hot and cold and cold and hot and hot and cold, cold and hot and hot and cold and cold and hot. All in about 5 fucking minutes because she's suffering the menopause real fucking bad, right? But it's not that. Oh, yeah, you are too, right? Yeah. It's not that. I found out I woke up one morning, right, and I had a little gas, much like you all will from eating the fucking bar food downstairs. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, ooh, I feel a little, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I must have been holding that in all night. She's under the other blanket going, no, that's what you were doing all night, you stinky son of a bitch. I'm like, oh, yeah? I grabbed it. I was like, and I fucking held it down. I said, breathe, bitch, breathe. The Dutch oven. That's love. That's marriage. That's fucking love. Right? Because are you guys Italian? No, right? Because then you have a greater chance of getting divorced. The Italian people, they don't get divorced. They just get their own bedroom and the oldest kid moves out. And my kids, I fucking hate my kids. How many people here hate your kids? You guys hate your kids? Don't lie. You know you hate them. My kids are come on, you can raise your hand. My kids are 25 and 27, and they fucking suck, okay? They still live at home. They still live at home. They have good jobs, nice cars. They still live at home. I want them out. They won't leave. You know what I did? I reported myself to child services. That's right. I called up. I said, hey, these kids are in a really bad situation. He said, sorry, Mr. Loigeren, after the age of 18, we are not responsible. I said, oh, yeah? Listen. That's my son's fucking skull. Get him out of my house. Little cocksucker. He is. He's a little son of a bitch, my son. You don't even know. He drives a Mercedes-Benz truck. He drives a 350 GLE. I drive a piece of shit 2007 Dodge Caliber. It's sitting out in the fucking parking lot right now. The driver's door gets stuck sometimes. I got to climb over the passenger side to get out. My son's watching me do this one day. He goes, oh, Dad, what's the matter? I said, what's the matter? Go fuck yourself, boy. That's what's the matter. Go fuck yourself. You little son. Are you enjoying the heated and air conditioning seats? Because Daddy just got the brake up his ass when I was trying to climb out. Forward, reverse, bike, drive. I'm fucking going down the hill. Help me, help me, help me. You don't give a shit. Son of a bitch. Unbelievable. And then I don't know what's going on in the sporting world. You guys sports fans? I have no clue, yeah? I have no clue what is going on in the sports world because my daughter is a competition dancer that now teaches dance. Not, pole dance. And although we got to get her out to fucking get some more work to pay the bills, but she's just a regular dancer, and my son is gay. So I have no idea what is going on in the sports world. It's crazy. Like, I used to be able to tell you what was going on with the show Dance Moms, because Dance Moms was a sporting event in my house. But then that bitch went to jail, so that show sucks too. But now my son, so he's gay, right? So we don't really watch sports. I come home, and he's sitting in the living room, watching the show Drag Race. I got all excited. I'm like, wow, drag racing, right? That sounds manly. My God, cars doing 250, 300 miles an hour down the street. Someone could crash. Something could explode. Someone could die. This is manly. I'm going to watch this with my son. So we're sitting there, and about 10 minutes go by. And I said, hey, bud, where are all the cars? All I see is men dressed like women. He was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, people. RuPaul's Drag Race. He's sitting there. He's like, Dad, isn't she beautiful? I said, no, bud. She is a dude. Not 5 minutes later, I'm sitting there. I'm going, wow, she is beautiful. Nice ass. Oh, don't tell your mother. Like 8 episodes later, I'm at them like, come on, Eureka, you got this, girl. Woo! My son's doing makeup on one side of my face. My daughter's sitting there doing makeup on the other side of my face. I start sashaying around the living room. I'm like, if I can turn back time, if I can find a way. Cover girl. Put some bass in that walk. Thank you for singing along with me. That's the closest someone came to touching me in a fucking 10 years. What are you doing after the show, big boy? We can go home and watch RuPaul together. It's the best show on TV, man. It's fun. But it's cool, man. My son's great. But when he came out, like, we didn't know. There were signs. There were clearly signs, but we weren't paying attention. We didn't know. But like we would see other kids, you know, friends of ours, kids that were gay. And like 3 or 4 years old, that little cocksucker's gay. You know, like 7 years old, he's sucking dick already. You could tell with some kids. I couldn't tell with my own son, but there were signs. So now we look back at it, right? He's like, Dad, showing me pictures when he's a little kid. How can you not tell? He shows me a picture when he's like 5. He's like, I'm like, oh, that's just a cute little picture, man. That's yeah. He goes, Dad, what about this picture? I'm wearing mommy's heels. I said, all little kids wear their mother's heels. He goes, Dad, I was 22. Oh. Daddy missed this one. I missed this picture. And I don't ever remember mommy having those heels. Found out they were his. But hey, listen, you know, so there were signs, you know. There's signs. Like, we're Italian. He had to always go and get his eyebrows shaved because otherwise the shit grows together. It looks like 2 caterpillars on fucking Discovery Channel having sex right here. So there was things he was doing that there were signs, but we just weren't paying attention. So the day he came out, he was going to work, and we're in my driveway in front of the house, and he was in his uniform, and he looked good, right? He's like, Dad, I have to tell you something. I said, Bud, you better hurry up. You're going to be late. You have to drive all the way to JFK. From my house, it's like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. He's a flight attendant, right? So I was like, you got to get to work. I told you there were signs, people. Did I not? Did I not tell you there were warning signs? Okay? Norwegian Airlines, all right? He was flying out to Paris that night. Gay Paris means something totally different to me, all right? But so he was flying out. He's like, Dad, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what? Tell me, bud. He goes, I'm gay. I said, so what? Who cares? You're my son. I love you with all my heart. I just want you to be happy and healthy, right? So we hug, and we cry a little bit, and we're hugging. And he leans back, and no lie, he looks me right in the face. He goes, Dad, can you just do me one favor? I said, Bud, anything you want. It's yours. What do you want? He goes, Dad, can you stop calling me a cocksucker? Oh, my God! Oh, my God! I've been calling him that since he's 3 years old. Did I make this happen? Is this my fault? I'm like, oh, my God, what did I call your sister? I said, you're a bitch, just like your mother. Oh, my God, that happened too. That happened too. The power of suggestion really works. It really friggin' works, man. Had I known this, I would have been calling myself Brad Pitt Big Dick all these years. But I didn't. I was using Brad Pitt's face and a big dick just hopping around. Hey, baby, what are you doing? But nope, I didn't know. So this little fat, angry, bald fuck is what you get. Yeah, but it ain't over, Haji. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just can't turn it off. Sorry, that's a little first blood for you. But anyway, so we were sitting there, right? So we're hugging. And he asked me this. He's like, so, Dad, can you stop calling me that? And I looked him right back in the eye, and I said, Bud, if the shoe fits. He's like, oh, you're a dick, Dad. I was like, does that mean you want to give me little butterfly kisses? Ah. He's like, fuck you. I'm like, there's my boy. Bring it in, bring it in. So he's good, man. He's good. He's good. I'll leave you on this. I got to get out of here. I'll just leave you. I'll leave this. Not to keep beating up my son. I got a lot more anger on my wife and my daughter that I didn't get to share tonight. I only got a few minutes. So he gets the brunt of it this evening. But when my wife and my daughter blame me for him being gay. They said, because I'm flamboyant, you know, I'm all up here like this and everything. And I'm like, no, it's no one's fault. He was born that way. But you know what? The kid does have to learn how to suck dick from someone because he ain't never going to learn it from his mama. Come on, baby. It's my birthday. Christmas? The 4th of July. Are you kidding me? I think she likes it in the ear because every time I try to put it in her mouth, she turns her head. That's my time. Thank you very much. My name is Craig Loigren. Thank you, 8 Brit Bros, for having me out and all the other comics. Hold on. Look, you can tell I was married a long time because I can't even fucking get this thing in the hole. Turn the lights out, please. I'll get this right in. Thank you, everybody.
Craig Lloydgren, give it up. Craig Lloydgren. Check him out on Amazon, Married and Miserable. And it's Thanksgiving coming up. You need to check out his skit about what he thinks about his family.
Oh, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, that shit's funny. Check it out. Pay your $1, whatever the fuck it costs to get on Amazon. Come sit with us, Craig. We'll chat for a little bit, and then we'll send your ass out of here and bring up the next comedian. We'll be right back.
I gotta put these headphones on after fucking Hodge.
No,
No filter, Paul. If you're listening, you little fucking English cocksucker.
Now we call him a cunt.
He's a bloody cunt.
Yeah, he's the only one who can get away with that word because it means like bitch.
Yeah, that's what they call each other.
Americans are way too uptight about
Holy
that word.
fuck, Craig!
What's up, brother?
What a fucking set tonight. I mean, all right, the whole.
You killed it.
There. You killed
Thanks,
it, bro.
man. I always I do my job whether there's
No,
5 or
you
500.
kill it. Period. I keep telling
Too loud for
people.
you?
Married and Miserable, Amazon Prime. Go check it out. If you ain't got Prime, pay the fucking whatever it is, $1.99, whatever the fuck it is.
It's $2.99 to rent if you don't have it.
$2.99. It's $2.99. You spend fucking more than that on a pack of goddamn Hubba Bubba bubble gum. So
But like me and Father John were talking about it before. Pastor John, Reverend John. I'm sorry, I was getting there. I knew it was one of them. Pastor, Father, Reverend. They all fucking. None of them ever touched me when I was a child. I'm a little disappointed.
Liar. We
But,
were talking about late six. So stop it.
Right, Hodge talks about that too. That he doesn't. He never got molested. Right? Was that you? That's you that does it. Oh, Innes does it. Oh yeah, my alter ego. Yeah. Anthony Innes is my alter ego.
Oh, Innes. Okay.
Yeah. But no. So we were just talking about it because we both have stuff on Amazon. And I'm like, it's 6 cents. I often make a joke at the end of the thing, like, please watch my special. It's 6 lousy cents. If you don't watch it, put it on and leave it on for the dog.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. Leave the volume down. Go clean. Make a sandwich. Do something. Just leave it on for the lousy hour so I can get my 6 cents.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, and if the dog shits the floor, I'm not coming to clean it up. But come on, give me my 6 cents. And then all my friends, my closest, dearest friends, like, oh yeah, we watched you on the Fire Stick. I'm like, you motherfucker, you owe me 6 cents, man. I don't get no money from the Fire Stick. You're stealing. Only in New York, right? Friggin' all my Italian friends from Staten Island, they have to have a good deal for everything. The same guys used to have the illegal cable boxes and shit.
Well, hey, look, I'll be completely honest. I have watched it 3 times at home. Right. Every time I go to my parents' house, I say to my father, you remember this fucking little fucking fuck from school? No. Well, here, look, watch. You can watch him now. And I put it the fuck on.
Nice.
Okay, I do it all the time. Even my mother, I'm like, do you remember Craig? She's like, I don't remember anybody. I'm old now. I'm like, well, here, look. You might remember him now. Pretend he has hair. Pretend he has hair.
Is anybody down? Man down.
What was that? Was that a stage light going kabooey?
It was a stage light or a speaker.
At least it's not our shit. So
it was a spirit following me because
killed it tonight, bro. You always kill it.
Yeah,
I said it time again. Yeah, even Thump is like I.
Dude, I sat right here. Hi.
Yo, there you are, Thump. What's going on, brother? I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, right here on the virtual side of it. Like, dude, the Skype joke killed, man. I was like, oh. You were like, we might as well Skype this in. You got right in on the screen. I'm like, yes, this is what I did not pay for.
See, there was somebody else watching. I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, it was great. No, it was great. I'm over here fucking. I've got it turned up in the house speakers here at the house, and I'm like, dude, I was like, this is it.
Believe it or not, Craig, we've got like 10 to 15 times the amount of viewers on the internet than we have here.
Right? All right, there you go. Well, I'll take it, man.
So
I'll take it.
You got it here. And
I have a fan. I have fans.
Yeah, we'll send you the video, and you can do what the fuck you want with it. And
thank you. Yeah, for the first time in my life, I'm going to ask you to add a laugh track. No, I'm just kidding. Never.
You need to start accepting our requests to share to your page.
Oh yeah. I thought I did. I don't really share anything to anybody's page. The few people I thought once in a while I drop you guys. I'll drop you in more. You know what it is? My wife. It's me and my wife, but my wife is like, it's your page. Not saying about you because I get like 10 things a day. Yeah. Comics try to put shit on. That's why she did that. Like she blocked it, so we have to approve things because otherwise, it's my personal page about me doing comedy.
With bullshit.
But I do share my friends' stuff when I see it. But if she
Except
sees it, she
Hodge
just
and No
boom,
Filter
boom, boom.
Paul.
No, he don't share Dave Hodges shit. I've never seen anything of Dave's on his page ever. Ever.
Wait a minute. Dave Hodge doesn't really share a lot of things. He just likes everything. There's
Yeah,
a difference.
He don't even know how to use fucking the interweb.
Listen, I bet you if I go on Facebook right now, Dave Hodge would have liked something since I've been in here on my page. Hodgie's always liking stuff, but Hodgie doesn't put a lot of content up. If you notice, he's a sharer and a liker.
What do you want? He's wearing a fucking cuckold shirt, so I mean, you know.
He's a sharer and a liker. We are so talking about you, Hodgie, right now.
Do you want to come sit here?
I'm just trying to look to see if
come sit, Dave.
I'm trying to see if Hodgie liked anything while I've been here.
No, you haven't put anything else up while we've been here.
No, I haven't. So all right.
I haven't had the chance to
Throw
yet.
the cans on.
Of course.
So you can hear the rest.
But my
of it.
girl L'Oreal
nice
Nagel, I'm going to be at like for you guys up in this Tierney's area. If anybody's up here, next Friday and Saturday, the 29th and 30th, I'm at the Comedy Cove in Springfield. You've come to see me there.
Yeah,
That's actually where I filmed my special,
Yeah.
Amazon. I'm Married and Miserable. I keep saying Amazon, Amazon and Miserable. I wish I'm
pretty much. Well, 6 cents.
I'm like Mexican and miserable. I'm the small end. I'm the gnome, the garden gnome that you find in your front yard.
I actually want to go back there to speak to who's the guy who runs that fucking place?
Oh, Gene. Gene and L'Oreal, his wife. Yeah, great people.
We had a great conversation the last time we were there to see you, and there was thoughts and ideas thrown around about doing some shit there.
Well, if you want to come on a Friday or Saturday night next weekend, the 29th to 30th, I will be there. And
you know what? I have to speak to my bitch.
Well,
and,
she likes me. She doesn't like you.
Well, yeah, but you know what it is? She likes the bald head because she's
I thought you meant
fucking
Ren for
touching.
a second.
She's touching Ren's head all the time.
Oh yeah. You know what it is? Because you're too tall. We're short enough for her to be able to play with and stand there. Like she doesn't have to. She can lean on us because she's tall too. Everybody's taller than me, but except for Hodge.
The only good thing about me and her is we can eat each other out at the same time. Which,
That's
which you know is
awesome.
not going to work. I mean, well, maybe.
Yeah, but he
It
can
might
put the
could be a
work in and be
stretch.
done.
It might be one person getting eaten and the other one getting a hand job or something. Yeah,
could be a stretch,
there might be
but-
some distance. Yeah. You know what? If we go in a like a cursed J shape or maybe the letter C.
Use a good swing.
Yeah. I
But
bet
yeah,
you-
I want to come back up there because, like I said, we had great conversation that night, especially with Gene about ideas and thoughts, and that was a great fucking show that night too. You crushed it that night.
Thank you, bro.
Oh my God, you crushed it.
I love what I do, man. Thank you.
You had us
I've never
laughing
seen him
our
not
ass off.
crush though.
I have. Trust me, I've had bad nights.
We've
We
all
all
had
have
bad
bad nights.
but
You know what it is? I love what I do, and I always give the energy that I give. Whether, like I said, every time. Yeah. If there's 5 or 6 people, I have to give it because they didn't know the other people weren't coming, and they're here to have a good time, and I'm damn it, I'm gonna give them that good time.
I
you
mean,
know?
look, it's not the best room tonight, but
No, they were laughing. Everybody had a good time.
fucking room was
But
in
everybody
tears.
here tonight is good. It's tough to do this. It's almost like doing it in your basement. So like not even teasing, just when there's not a big crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have I bullshitted. I mean, between the comics and everybody, there's 15 people in the room, maybe even 18. But I like to tease. I always like to undercut it to make it sound worse than it is. Yeah. So, but I was gonna do a whole thing about yesterday. I was at a VA hospital. I did 3 shows in a VA hospital for our vets.
no
and
shit.
I did, same as last
Cheers
year.
to
Yeah,
that.
I do
Yeah,
it all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Well, you got me and
Drink
Haji
that.
here.
Yeah.
I'm Navy and Hodge is Army. So we are both veterans. I like to tease him about that a lot.
Well, hi.
But
Thank you for your service, both of you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Everybody else still doing it.
And
and
is
those
Thump-
two, yeah.
Is Thump a veteran?
No.
No,
No, is he a criminal? He's a
well,
criminal.
we're all criminals.
Well,
All of us are now felons. Thanks very much.
Nice,
But
hey.
you know,
yeah,
it
see,
shit happens.
I carry no moniker like that.
No, but family. I mean, you know, my old man, my grandfather was fucking World War II and
Right.
Korean War. My old man was thrown out of the boot camp
Nice.
because he couldn't do push-ups.
Really?
He broke his arm when he was a kid, and because baseball was more important, he took the sawzall to the cast and took that shit off.
Right.
So the arm never healed right.
Sure.
And then they
He
gave
can't
him
bend it in that
right.
motion.
He couldn't do push-ups and shit like that. So they wanted to give him a dishonorable discharge, and then somebody realized that he was a brainiac,
Right.
and they wanted to move him into the brainiac division.
Right.
And he was like, "Fuck you! you didn't want me, I'm fucking out of here.
Right. Well, because you're a rifleman first. You're a soldier
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
No matter what you do, you have
Yeah.
to be able to do the basics and shoot. Or whatever. I mean, I was Navy. We didn't have to do any of that. But well, we did in boot camp. But then you don't ever really do that again. But unless it depends where you are. But that's why the Marines. We always tease the Marines. Because the Marines are the Department of the Navy. And then if you ask any Marine, what department, and they'll be like the men's department.
Yeah.
And I was
for the taxi ride.
Right, and well, that's what's funny is I was amphibious assault, which means I was there. I always said I was your chauffeur. In today's society, I was their Uber. Same shit.
Yeah.
Off. That's what we had 2,000 Marines on my ship and all the equipment, and to go out and fuck somebody up mobile. I had 5 ships in my assault group. There was 4,000 Marines. We had helicopters, the Hurricanes, L-Cats, everything. There was. We were a mobile battalion mobile assault unit in the South Pacific, and it was fucking. We went there peacetime. I mean, I sat off one little thing, Burma, the country formerly known as Burma. It's just Myanmar now.
Myanmar, yeah.
Well, we sat off that in '89. We sat off that when it was going through the revolution. And that was the closest thing to anything. We had 28 days. We said one of Ron Bo's last acts of kindness. He gave them a 30 day. He said 30 days or we're coming in. And we sat out there, and like 3 hours before the 30 days were up, because they knew we were out there. Because they weren't letting civilian aircraft land to take the diplomats' families out of the country.
Yeah, fuck you.
And they knew we were there.
Yeah.
And like 3 hours before we were going in to fuck them up, they said, okay, we're going to let them in, and they let the planes land. And then now fast forward 30 years later, that's 29 years later, I met a Marine at a party that I never met before that was on my ship, the USS New Orleans. I was on the No Boat, we called it.
No Boat,
and I was like, oh yeah, I was on there when we were on. I was like, I was on there 88 to 90. He goes, me too. I was like, what? And we started talking. I then found that he couldn't still really talk about all the information, but his job at the time was, he went out, he was like recon. Marine would be force recon now, but I think then I don't know if it was called that. It was recon then or whatever. It might have been force recon, but it was just him. There was 3 teams out there painting targets. So he was out there with putting colors on what was going to get hit. Yeah. And as soon as that minute ran up to the second, everything would have launched, and then like 5 seconds later, it would have been like the end of the Kingsman when everybody's head starts blowing up.
Game over.
Poof. Yeah. So that's pretty badass that we have that kind of technology. And 30 years later, I met a guy on my ship that we never met before. And he was in. I was like, oh, so you were in during the whole bullshit with? Because I asked him this. We did this other thing called Cobra Gold. I was like, you were in during Cobra Gold and Burma, and he's like, yeah. And then he told me about that, and I was like amazed. I'm like, wow, this is so fucking cool.
Me and Thump got a buddy who did a couple tours in one of the wars. I'm not sure what it is, but then he worked himself up to a drone pilot. So he got to come back to the U.S. and sit in a fucking room and bomb the shit out of Baghdad from drones.
Right. Yeah.
So I know he went back there. He was technically the last. Remember when we watched it on TV? Everybody leaving Baghdad.
Right.
That was bullshit. They were still there.
Oh yeah. They're still there now.
No,
he was technically the last. Yes, we're still there, but that's like. That's like the last 6 guys who are unsanctioned, still just being there because we need to occupy.
We're training people.
Right. We need to occupy.
Yeah, he was still flying overhead, checking on shit.
Yeah, Abomino. He was, but he
What
worked
an
himself.
appropriate name.
Yeah, Abomino, right?
Right.
He worked himself up to drone bomber pilot.
That's cool, man. You know what? And he still has to weigh on his head heavy every time he pushes that button and drops that bomb. Because even though it's a drone doing it, at the end of the day, and it won't maybe affect him so much now. Yeah, but 20 years, 25 years from now, he'll probably, poor bastard, will probably have a hard time closing his eyes at night.
Now he's Secret Service.
Yeah, all those guys. I feel bad
Texas?
for everybody. All those, you go over there and your life changes. Like if I went over and did something like that, like I got out right before the Gulf Storm and Shield. That was January 15th, 91. We went there. But
Tagliaferro was in that. You remember Anthony?
Oh yeah. Well, Tags, I still talk to Tags.
So do I. Yeah.
I love him, and every once in a while I call him by your name, and he's like, "Fuck you, man." I'm like, "I'm sorry, you're Anthony. He's Tony."
What? We did like 3 or 4 tours over there.
Yeah, the poor bastard. Yeah. And he got sick a little bit too. I think he's fighting and he's doing better. He's in remission, but he had some issues after. Yeah, like so many guys.
It's like up in the head.
I went
and
everything
else.
Yesterday. I did this VA show, right? So it's one hospital. It's the the hospital in the Bronx, right over I forgot the name of it now. Shame on me. But so we went and we first did the nursing home, and I had 3 guys in there still from World War II. You know, one guy was like 93. The other, you know, he's like, yeah, I went in 1942. You know, and the other guy was like, I went in 44. But they were all still World War II vets.
Yeah.
They were still there. So the first show, you know, you do 15, 20 minutes on one floor, 15, 20 minutes on the other floor, and then the third floor that we did, the last floor, is the psych ward. And psych, I'm allowed to do or say whatever I want, where the first 2 floors I have to be PG at best. You know, you have to really be kind of cute and everything. So, and those are kind of rough, and the people are just staring at you. They all love you when you're done. They shake your hand and everything and salute you and all that stuff. But when you know, they just stare at you aimlessly like half this room did tonight.
Stop it. They were laughing.
No,
Come
I
on
know.
now.
I'm teasing. But then we go up to the psych floor, and those poor bastards. You know, they're fucked up, and a lot of them are young. You know, they were now. Yeah, you know, you have a few older guys in there and women. There was a few women, few guys, but they go from Vietnam to now. You know, they're 22 or 3 to 60 up there. You know, I mean, they could be older, but that was the group I had yesterday. And man, if they didn't, you know, they make you cry. You know, I went off on them. I had a great time. I tease them. I'm like, the Masons put it on. The Masons put this together every year. I got asked back. I did it last year. They asked me back this year, and they're all in there. The Masons are in there like tuxedos and stuff, and it's really beautiful. We walk through every floor before we perform, and we do the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star Spangled Banner as a group, walking, carrying, you know, marching through, so to speak, carrying the flag and everything. Yeah. But we're singing, and it's just
like
a group of
color
men.
guard.
Let me tell you,
right? Color guard.
It is color guard. That's what it is. It's us doing color guard. And we walk up and down the aisles, and we sang it probably about 9 or 10 times because some of the wards are bigger. So we sing it. We get to one end. We start singing again. We go back down the other hallway, sing it again down the other hallway, and then repeat on the next floor. And you start to almost cry as fucked up as as messed up as I am, and I tease people. These guys, some of them are missing a leg or arm, and women. I shouldn't, because they were women. And they're getting up when we're walking through that hallway and we're walking past their rooms. They're climbing up out of bed to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, for the Star Spangled Banner, and for those colors that are walking through that fucking. I'm getting the goosebumps talking about it. But it's amazing, and you make it makes you cry.
Yeah.
It makes you. If anybody doesn't, even all the workers. Everybody's applauding, and it's a beautiful thing. I don't know why I got off on this. I didn't mean to bring the room down.
No, you didn't bring the room down.
But,
it's the same thing with Muhammad Ali fucking lighting the torch at the Olympics. I mean, you got goosebumps. If you didn't, you were fucking. You're non-American, and take your fucking dot and go back to wherever the fuck you came from. Craig Loigren. Paul, go back.
Wait, we got another comic to go,
we're going to bring one more up. Craig Loigren in the house. You can check him out on Amazon Prime. If you haven't, and you should, you're fucking stupid if you haven't. Married and miserable.
Yeah, my CraigLoigren.com.
Yeah,
Everything's Craig Loigren.
Right. If you don't know, just go to our post tonight. All the comics info is right there. CraigLoigren.com. Married and miserable. Amazon Prime. Dave Hodge sitting in with us. Thank you. Shit. DaveHodge.com. Check it out right there on 8-Bit Bros. Dude, we thank you for coming. There ain't no doubt about it. The both of you. Dave, don't go anywhere. You can chill with us all night long. Craig, if you got shit to do, you can go. If not,
no, I'm going to stick it out.
Good. We'll have a drink. Just remember, right over there, just tell the bartender, 8-Bit Bros, get a drink.
Nice.
I'm going to bring the next comedian up.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Yo, Thump.
Yeah.
That's to you, man.
Yeah.
I'm thumping
man.
you.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Later, man.
All right. I'll be right back. Over on that mic. All right. Hello, room. I want to bring our next comedian up. Next and final? Is that next and final? Well, what can I say? I'm honored to be part of this whole troupe, New Media Comedy Studios. You can check out this man all over Instagram. You can check out his special on Amazon Prime. The one and only Jim Mendrinos.
Hey, clap for the 8-Bit Bros that are handling the remote and doing all that stuff. Give them a round there. So most of you guys have seen me before. For those of you that haven't, I'm not one of those joke-telling kind of comics. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's not like I'm just gonna do the joke thing. It's not that's not what I do. basically we're going to have about 20 minutes of awkward silence. It's kind of like we're having sex. That's what the feeling's going to be for the next 20 minutes or so. No. I'm going to talk to you guys about a bunch of things. Here's the first thing I'm going to talk about. Can I just mention that New Jersey is really fucking weird? Can I just say this? Because I moved here because I grew up in the city, lifelong in the city. And then, boom, I meet my wife, and I'm here. And I had to move here because my wife said, schools. That's how they lure you. If you're a city guy, and they want you to move out to the suburbs, they go, kids, schools, you got to move out here. And the next thing you know, because you can't say no to that. Do you know what I mean? I was living in Washington Heights. Pretty much, Washington Heights, the only thing that those schools are number one in is homicides. There wasn't any way I was going to convince her to move the kid out to Washington Heights. So I said, okay, I'm going to move to Jersey for the schools. And I had to do it because here's why. Well, first of all, we got married. I'm married again. It's actually my third marriage. At the point when it's 3 marriages, I'm clearly the problem. That's there's no doubt about that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're married twice, you could blame your ex-wife and say she was the problem. But at the point where you're married 3 times, you now have empirical evidence that you are the asshole. So, first of all, somebody that was willing to come back in with me. But second, here's the other thing. I actually moved here because it's a boob upgrade. And guys will know what I'm talking about. Boob upgrade. It's when the new girlfriend or wife has better boobs than the old girlfriend or wife. It's a boob upgrade, and it was a hell of an upgrade. Let me just tell you, the tits are so nice. Should have come with their own theme music. That's how nice they were. Like, do you know in medieval times those guys with the trumpets that follow the king around and they had the flags underneath them, and every time the king entered a room, she should have that every time she takes off her blouse, just like presenting the breasts. All rise. That's what should happen. And so she said, move out here for the kid. And I did. So I moved to the suburbs from Washington Heights, and I loved Washington Heights. The reason why I love Washington Heights, man, because that felt like home. Like the first day I moved into Washington, because I lived all over the city. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I lived in Manhattan, and I lived in Bronx and Queens. The only place I didn't live in the city was Staten Island because it's really not New York City. And all I'm saying is if you have to take a fucking boat to work, you don't live in the city. So I don't, that you can't even argue that. So I moved into Washington Heights, and the first day I'm there, I'm walking down the street, and I kicked a rat. And neither one of us broke stride. And that's when I knew I was home in the city. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I kicked him, and he's looking at me like, dude, I was going this way anyway. And I'm like, I got you, Poppy. There you go. Because in Washington Heights, pretty much every dude is named Poppy. Every woman is named Mommy. And let me just tell you this. This is why I like Washington Heights. I like Washington Heights because the women are aggressive. And I like aggressive women. In Washington Heights, the women will roll up on the men like they are the dudes. I was literally walking out of my house one afternoon, and there's a gorgeous young lady following me like, where you going, Poppy? You look like you got a job. And I'm like, it is 2:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. Clearly, you do not know what a job is. If I had one of those bad boys, I would be at it right now. So I moved out of here to Jersey, and the first thing was the quiet, man. It's fucking frightening. Because how do you people sleep without gunfire or somebody screaming that they're being murdered? How do you do that? Because in New York City, right outside my window, there is always a felony happening. But I come here, and the first night, in the middle of the night, I'm waking my wife up like, what's that noise? She's like, what noise? I'm like, that noise. And she goes, it's crickets. And I went, they're coming for us. They're trying to kill us. I don't like wildlife. I don't like wildlife here. And here's a problem with the wildlife in Jersey. You can't get it out because nobody understands. Because all my friends are New Yorkers. Like, first day, I left the front door open too much. A chipmunk got in the house. And my wife's like, you got to get rid of the chipmunk. You're the man of the house now. You got to get rid of the chipmunk. And you can't get rid of a chipmunk. You know why I can't get rid of a chipmunk? Because whenever you tell people there's a chipmunk in my kitchen, everyone goes, oh, that's adorable. It's not adorable. He's not Alvin. He's not fucking singing, all right? There's a rodent shitting in my kitchen. So here's the thing. I didn't know how to get rid of him, so I got the glue traps. when I got the glue traps, which I'm told is inhumane. I'm told you can't do the glue traps. That's cruel. But here's the whole thing. I am a lifelong New Yorker. If somebody is living in my house and eating my food and not paying rent, it must die. That's just the way I look at it. So I got the glue traps, and I laid them out, but I had no idea how many to lay out, so I laid out 14 of them. And the first 2 days, I caught my wife and my daughter. That's what I caught in those glue traps the first 2 days. Nothing. No chipmunk. 6 weeks passed. No, we knew he was in the house. We could hear him. He's fucking mocking us, but no, not in the traps. And then one day, miraculously, I walk in the kitchen, and I see him, and he freezes. And he sees me, and now it's a standoff. Do you know what I'm saying? A little Clint Eastwood music playing in the back. And he's there, and in front of him is a glue trap, and behind him is a glue trap. He's like, motherfucker, wherever you go, I got you. You are mine. You're done. And I've never seen a rodent smile before. But he just smiled at me, and then he took his back paw, and he kicked the glue trap under the stove, and he turned around walking away like, yeah, who's the bitch now? He actually stayed in my kitchen so long, my kid fucking named him before he died. I had to bury him in the yard. He was a beloved pet upon his exit from this mortal coil. But here's the whole thing. It's been odd being out here in Jersey, man. Some weird shit happens in Jersey. You got those jug handle turns, you know what I'm talking about? Make a fucking left. Am I the only person that just wants to make a left? What? It's not 3 rights to make a left. You're going around in circles. I smoke way too much fucking pot to drive that way. Because pretty much I enter a roundabout, I am there for a good 4 or 5 hours. It's like, ooh, it looks familiar now. All right. So this is what I'm going to talk about before I bolt out of here, because most of you have heard some of this shit before. But this is what I'm going to talk about. I've been thinking a lot about growing up. And I had like an immigrant upbringing. You got one of those? Where one of your parents is not from this country? Because that's the whole thing. If both your parents were born in this country, you got the American upbringing, and chances are you're normal. But I didn't. I got that immigrant upbringing. And that immigrant upbringing, my dad was off the boat from Greece. Like literally, he jumped off the ship into the harbor and swam onto 42nd Street. And boom, I'm a citizen now. So I have that upbringing. And I grew up in New York City in the 1970s. And if you grew up as an immigrant family, you know you grew up very poor. Like legitimately poor, but it's also an immigrant family, so it's incredibly prideful. Like I'll give you an example of how poor and prideful we were. In the 70s, everyone in our neighborhood started getting air conditioners, but we legitimately could not afford it. But my dad's work ethic was such that he took a second job, and he worked nights and weekends so he could afford to buy an air conditioner. And he got it, and he put it right in our living room window where everyone in the neighborhood could see it. And then he proceeded to cut the cord so we wouldn't use the electricity. That is the immigrant upbringing right there. So that's what I grew up with. Do you know what I'm talking about? So, but he also had this weird thing that immigrants do. And it was when I started turning 13, I developed a healthy interest in young ladies. And by that, I mean I was perpetually fucking horny. So my dad, at that point, seeing that I was taking an interest in ladies, said, okay, I don't care who you date. You marry Greek. That was his message. You marry Greek. And he was adamant that I was going to marry a Greek girl. And at 13, pretty much I'm married to a copy of Hustler that is under my mattress. It's not an ethnic thing at this point. So, okay. So here's the thing. He took me one summer back to the homeland so I could meet Greek women, which was amazing because this is 1977. And we had to fly on an Olympic airline, and it was a 17-hour flight to Athens, from JFK to Athens. And we land in Athens, and then we have to get in a taxi from Athens to Piraeus because we didn't live on the mainland. We lived on an island. And it's a 2.5-hour taxi ride. And, of course, you know, they hear me speaking English, and they go, oh, you're a tourist. I cover the meter because everyone's got to hustle. And we get to Piraeus, and we get on a boat, and the boat is 9 hours till we get to Syros. So we get off the boat in Syros. And now I've been traveling over 26 hours, and we get in a taxi because, of course, we can't live by the pier. We have to live up the fucking mountain. And the taxi goes 3/4 of the way up the mountain, and we get to a place, and we unload the bags, and I'm there like, are we here? And he goes, no. And there's people there with donkeys, and my dad says, we got to get a donkey to go the rest of the way. And I'm there like, no. I am from New York. I am not getting on a donkey. You told me I was meeting girls. This is not the ass I was promised, all right? We are not doing this. We're not doing this shit. So he's there like, it's about a half-hour walk, and I'm there like, fuck, I'm on a donkey. And if you've ever ridden on the back of a donkey with no saddle, your balls are not in for a favorable time. That's all I'm going to say. So we get all the way up there, and we get there, and I settle in, and it's nice. It's sweet. The next day, my dad goes, let's go meet the girls. So I'm there like, okay, we'll go meet the girls. Where are we going to meet these girls? He goes, we're going to go down to the Platea. Platea. I have no idea what the fucking Platea is. I'm a New York City kid. I'm thinking, what is that, like a mall? A mall is strange enough for me. Do you know what I'm saying? New York City didn't have malls. I'm there like, what the fuck is a Platea? So we then proceed to go all the way down the fucking mountain. And I just dreaded it because I knew at some point my balls would be bouncing on the back of a donkey on the way back up. So we get all the way down, and the Platea is basically the town square. And I want to explain to you the third world mating ritual that I was a part of. They line up all the eligible young boys in the town on one side of the square, and all the eligible young girls of the town on the other side of the square. And on either side of that, there are little old Greek ladies in black dresses that are just screaming at you the whole time, like, don't touch! There are those kind of people. And your job is to walk back and forth, and as you pass by the young lady, you say something nice, and hopefully she smiles at you. You make a little love connection, and the courting ritual begins. So I'm walking back and forth a couple of times. I finally see one that I like. I get back to the other side. I tell my dad, that one's cute. And my dad goes, yeah, that's your cousin. So I'm there like, fuck. So I walk a little bit more, and I see another one. I go, Dad, that one's cute. And he goes, that one's your cousin. And I'm like, point to one that's not my fucking cousin. And he goes, that one. And I'm there like, I'd rather the donkey. I'll be honest with you. And ass is an ass at this point. I did not meet a Greek woman. I did not. I also did not marry Greek in any of my marriages. My current wife is black, which works out well because my parents are dead. And all right, they weren't dead till after we told them, but it still worked out. And oh, you don't like the part of yourself that laughed at that joke, do you? I love watching the reaction of that joke. Oh no, don't. That's the fun part, because here's the whole thing about that. If you're ever going to be in an interracial relationship, it is a little scary at first. Not you're with somebody that's not of the same ethnicity as you. Here's the scary part. When you're in an interracial relationship, all your friends will automatically think that that is all you date. Like, every time I see a pretty girl, if I saw a pretty white girl walking down the street, I said, oh, that girl's pretty, my friends are going to go, yeah, but she's not your type. Like, you know what I'm saying? That little inside joke. Like, I've only dated African-American women. It's not like I've only dated African-American women. I've also dated Dominican women and Indian women and okay, brown women. But I've dated all the brown women. That's what I'm saying. I like them brown. I like them brown. I also tend to move into those neighborhoods. I have a habit of just moving into whatever neighborhood the lady's in. My last girlfriend and we lived together, and we lived in South Jamaica, Queens, which is not an all-white neighborhood. It's pretty much a one-white neighborhood, and I'm him. And the officers had a lovely nickname for me. It's Officer. That was what the local folk called me. I did not pay for a cup of coffee in over 9 years. But here's what I'm going to say about that. There is racial profiling. And I just got to tell you people this. There is racial profiling when you live in an all-black neighborhood. Because I can't tell you guys how many times I would be driving home at 4 in the morning, drunk as a skunk, and a cop would pull me over in South Jamaica, Queens, and go, you're not from around here, are you? You need to get the fuck out of here. Howard Beach is that way. Howard Beach is a lovely beach unless you get too tan. And two people that have been to Howard Beach. Good to have you here. But the last thing I'm going to say about racism, we love our racism in this country. Here's how much we love racism in the U.S. We love our racism so much in the U.S. and we will find out something about your culture just so we can be racist about it. And if your culture has nothing negative, we will take a positive and treat it like it's a negative. Like I remember in high school, we got an Asian kid that came into the class, and my friends go, "Oh, that's going to fuck up the bell curve." And I'm there like, you just called him smart. You didn't fucking insult him. You realize that, right? Or like another one of my friends sees, we're at a bar, and he's hitting on a woman, and then a black guy starts hitting on a woman, and he goes, "Yeah, that guy's got a big dick." And I'm there like, you just complimented him. He's going to send you a fucking Hallmark card. He's going to say thank you. I don't understand racism. That's what I want to leave you with. You hate somebody because of the color of their skin or their sexuality or something trivial like that. Here's what I'm saying to you fine people here at Tierney's and to all the dozens and dozens of people listening on Facebook Live. Don't hate somebody for a superficial reason. If you ever find yourself in a position where you hate somebody for something as silly as a skin color, here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop and just grab the guy, sit down, have a cup of coffee, have a 5-minute conversation. In 5 minutes, you will find a real reason to hate that fucker. That's all I'm saying. You know, now, here's what I'm preaching. Racial harmony through individual hatred. Can we follow me on that? I think so. Have a good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Jim Mandrinos, give it up for the man. I want to give a little thank you to all the comedians who showed up here tonight. Dave Hodge, Craig Loigren, John G, Jim Mandrinos will be joining us for a wrap-up on the radio.
Yep.
No Filter Paul, and everybody else who wanted to come out and partake in Night of Comedy.
Mike
Langen, Night of Comedy. Brought to you by New Media Comedy Studios, hosted by the 8-Bit Bros. We'll pick it up on the other side right here on the radio, wrap it up. Thank you to all who came out. We appreciate it.
Woo!
Tip your bartender. Take care of what needs to be done. Thank you.
Thump, how you doing, Thump? Did we lose Thump?
No, he's still there. He's just not talking to you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm giving you the big double thumbs up, covering these two guys' faces.
All right.
He's right here. He's right here in between us.
There you go.
Mr. Jim Mandrinos.
There you go. Can you lower my cans just a little bit?
I think he's
You're
through.
awesome, people. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, good show. Good set. Good turnout of comedians. I mean, you know, we had a fun night. I mean, Dave Hodge sitting over there, he fucking cranked it up.
Yeah, everyone did.
Paul ran out the door. He cranked it up. Fucking Craig was hysterical.
Always.
I mean, yeah.
He always is.
We had a good night here at Tierney's Tavern, Montclair, New Jersey.
Yeah.
How'd you feel? I thought your set was fun. I was standing over there with my brother laughing my ass off.
You know, most of you guys have seen what I do before, so I just wanted to just weave in a story that I don't do as often.
The Rogan story was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was fucking hysterical.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I've never heard that before, so to me that was...
yeah.
I was in stitches on that one.
I was either going to do that or I was going to do the donkey show bit, but I think I did that on my special. Applause for the donkey show.
Dave's just...
he likes donkey shows.
Yeah, but you heard the commercial on the radio about the guy who has the new Nissan, and he drives to the person's house and knocks on the door and goes, that's Dave Hodge.
Yeah, I think so.
I unfortunately had the opportunity to see a donkey show when I was in Mexico, and it was one of those unexpected, like, you know, you come this way, we give you a good show, $10. And I was like, all right.
You in Mexico or China?
No, I was in Mexico.
I was like, I don't understand where the Asian Mexicans came from.
Whatever, they're shit. But I was in Mexico and partook in a donkey show, had no clue what the fuck was going to happen, and then experienced that.
Here's the thing. When I went there was a donkey show, but the donkey was closing the show. And they brought out a dog as like an opening act, which means the donkey had an agent. That's the whole thing about that donkey show.
Oh boy, that's.
Now, here's, and I can tell this story probably only in this place. So the young lady then sees the dog, and it's a German Shepherd, and the dog has performance issues. The dog's not really feeling it. So she decides to orally gratify.
Oh, well, that's what you're supposed to
said
do.
dog.
Yeah.
So literally 30 seconds into orally gratifying the dog, you hear, "Boop." And you see, like, I've never before seen a dog smile. And then he just walked away, and you could just tell that there was a mouthful of frothy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the funny fun, good humor, as I like to call it in those situations. It's good humor.
And then she had the Sophie's choice of, do you spit and show everyone, or do you swallow? And
she shot. Yeah.
she opted for vomiting. That was
Well, you got
option 3.
You got to make
Projectile.
sure. You got to make sure everybody gets their money's worth.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt about that.
It's called sharing with your audience.
Yeah, because sharing is caring. Yeah.
As long as you pass it to the left and I'm on your right, I'm fine.
I'm surprised it's not a no filter Paul video.
God.
It could be. I mean, would you? My phone just went off, so it could be him sending me. It could be him sending me more shit. I mean, you know.
No, I'm good.
We had an excellent
porn presentation at the start.
Yeah, right. We had an excellent turnout of comedians here tonight.
I'm comedian. Yes, I'm comedian.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, between No Filter Paul and Mike Langdon, I mean, John G. set was fucking dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Only because he ripped on me. That's why.
Well, yeah, but you deserve it sometimes. But,
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. We had a good turnout tonight of comedians. The crowd wasn't bad at all, no doubt. What's next for you and New Media Comedy? I mean, I know you got the specials out there, and I know there's the N&M special is out there on Amazon Prime now. Yep.
Yep. We got the specials that are doing really well, and this is actually, I got about a week where I don't have much to do in the studio, and I get to actually spend time with the family.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that Thanksgiving layover, huh?
Yeah. The 13-year-old has been texting me all day like, I thought you were going to be home. It's Thursday. Why aren't you home? So I texted back, I'm doing the show, then I'm coming home, and then we will be hanging out the entire weekend.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so about a week of just family.
Robert is like, get your microphone off my stage.
Yeah.
We're literally being packed up around.
Yes.
Right now.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you go with
There's
that.
a lot of technical stuff going on here, people.
Yeah.
But they're basically looking at us like
GTFO. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're closing the doors. What is really happening? Why?
Can I get another round of shots before we get thrown off the air or whatever the fuck it is? Jim, you know we love you. This show tonight was dynamite.
Are we doing a holiday?
I think we should. I have not yet started planning it.
Is that a live show?
No.
No. I think that's just a lot of live drinking.
Damn it.
You gotta not do that.
And I will be pissed if Thump doesn't drive up from North Carolina to imbibe.
He's got a motorcycle and a Jeep now, so he can drive.
Bring your lady. Drink heavily.
No, he's not going to drive 700 miles with the lady. That's not happening.
Really, Thump?
They'll kill each other before they get up here.
We've done it. Don't lie.
Well, that's true. That's true.
We came up during the Christmas holidays before. What's that?
Well, the real story with Thump is I owe him the trip down.
Do you?
Yeah, I owe him the trip down.
I'm not moving the whole party down to North Carolina.
So him coming up here is more like I would do that, but fuck you, Webb. You were supposed to come down here.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's why I don't want to party
and
down.
I will. Trust me, I will.
Here's why I don't want to party at Thump's place. Because in the middle of the party, you never know when a truck's just going to drive through the porch.
No, that's why we don't. When we come down here to throw the party, we don't party here. We actually go. I got spots.
Oh yeah.
I got spots to take people off into the deep dark backwoods where we can really just go crazy.
And that's true.
John's got too much of that deliverance kind of a look for that to happen.
And he's absolutely right, because when I went down there last time, he was like, you know what? He's like, yo, dude, we're gonna chill here. I arrived at his place like 2 a.m. right? He's like, yo, just catch a couple hours of Z's here, and then we out. And I'm like, what do you mean we out? He's like, no, don't unpack your shit.
Yeah.
We out.
Yeah, we're leaving here. We're going somewhere else.
Yeah, then we went somewhere else. And when we got to that place, he was like, you're good. You can unpack your shit because this is where we're staying. Even though these people aren't home,
yeah,
we're chilling here.
You broke into somebody's house.
And I'm like, yo,
No.
Is this really where we're going, or did we break into somebody's house? Because I got no problem about squatting, but I don't want the law on my fucking on my ass.
Here's what I love about North Carolina. I was playing a club in Winston-Salem.
Oh,
North
boy.
Carolina. And and I'm hooking up with a waitress for the week, and fun times. Like, she's wild, like a bend me like a pretzel kind of girl.
Oh yeah, sounds like a girl from Winston.
So on the weekend, she goes, hey, instead of staying in the condo this weekend, I know a spot in the woods. Let's camp out. That's exactly what you want to do as a comic, is be in the woods, not shower, and then go out in front of an audience. That's a good idea. But the girl was hot enough, so they're like, yeah, let's go. So after the show on Thursday, we get in our car. It is the middle of the night. We drive off-road into the woods, and then we literally grab our bags. We walk like 20 or 30 minutes down a little road. The road ends. We walk another 10 minutes, and there is just a clearing that is lined with pool cues that are just jammed into the ground.
Yeah.
Like semi-busted pool cues.
A little spot.
I looked at the pool cues. I looked at her, and I went, either you've been here way too much and I don't want to be here, or you've not been here at all and we should fucking go. There's just no reason.
There's no in between here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
I was clearly going to get Ned baitied.
All right, why don't we wrap this up before?
All right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for this live event, and I think we should do this more often.
Yeah, Jim and Drinos in the house, New Media Comedy Studios, Night of Laughs, brought to you by New Media Comedy Studios, hosted by the 8-Bit Bros. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all the comedians who were here tonight. Mike Langan. Oh, wait,
No filter, Paul.
Even Robert did his little bit before.
Yeah.
As he played around.
Robert.
No filter, Paul. Dave Hodge.
John G.
Greg Loygren.
Greg Loygren. Funny. He killed it tonight.
Yes, he did. And me.
Jim and Drinos. All of the comedians you heard here tonight, saw here tonight. You can check them out on Amazon Prime. Each and every one of them have their own specials. Check it out. Do the right thing. Not put your kids in the closet.
Put your kids in the closet.
I was gonna say no. Do the right thing.
No, do the right
provide
thing.
provide an air crack for those kids in the
Pay your
closet.
$1.99, or if you've got Amazon Prime, do the right thing and give them 6 cents. Cancel your Prime and watch it for $1.99, and do the right thing. We want to thank New Media Comedy Studios for allowing us to do this. You can
Tierney's Pub.
Tierney's Tavern. Montclair,
Tierney's
New
Tavern,
Jersey.
sorry.
Make sure you come here, have the wings or the burger. The French fries are to fucking die for. And 8-Bit Bros, Thursday.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
We'll see you next Tuesday. We are